Good evening. Saturday night playoff football here on Snohomish Times Sports Network. Scott Oshman along with Tim Boyle. It's Glacier Peak and the Ballard Beavers. How you doing, Tim?
I'm doing fantastic. How can you not be doing good? A great playoff game. You got the perfect football weather, cold and rainy for playoff football. But it's Saturday night, though. A little different setup for us tonight.
Saturday Night Lights.
Correct.
This is the start of the state playoffs here at 3A. Ballard coming out of the Metro Division, the Valley League in the Metro, 8-2, 6-0 in their league. Glacier Peak 9-1, and you know it's winner obviously go home and loser gets to watch. And we're here live at Veterans Memorial Stadium, and this should be a heck of a ball game, Tim.
Oh, I think it's going to be crazy. You know, you got Ballard, like you said, they've 8-2. Their only in-state loss is to Eastside Catholic, where Glacier Peak's only in-state loss was to Bellevue. And, you know, everybody knows those are the two powerhouse schools in the state of Washington and even in the country for the last few years. So kind of, you know, Ballard lost, 40-3 to Eastside Catholic, and I would say Glacier Peak gave Bellevue a little bit more of a run for their money, but in fairness, Eastside Catholic's probably a better team this year than Bellevue. So I'd say it's a wash on how they played them.
I would agree. And speaking of Bellevue, the winner of this game is going to play Bellevue.
They are, and if it's Glacier Peak, it's going to be right here in Veterans Memorial Stadium. So that'll be the second time this year, if that happens,
Yep.
Glacier Peak will have played Bellevue.
Well, the Ballard Beavers, I tell you, head coach Joey Thomas, he has turned the entire program around, the culture, everything. Obviously, big-time Montana State player, then went on to the NFL with Green Bay as cornerback, New Orleans, the Raiders, and you can tell talking to him pregame, Tim, he has instilled the process, and there's nobody better. He's an NFL player in the 2000s.
Well, and obviously he's brought all that experience and all that charisma and everything into Ballard, because you're right, they have changed completely. They were kind of a laughingstock a few years ago, and now they're dominating right now, undefeated in their league, and they've got few players going Division I. So it's going to be Glacier Peak's going to have their hands full tonight, without a doubt.
Last week, Ballard took on Central Kitsap 39-15. Last year, they lost in the quads, Tim, 43-22. Again, he's been slowly, it's his fifth year, turning around last year, 5-5 overall, 4-1 in the district. They got 23 seniors on their roster as opposed to 11 last year. And let's start off just kind of high level here, comparisons between Ballard and Glacier Peak.
Well, I think high. If you go high level comparisons, I think, Ballard's going to try to run the ball more. They have a really good running attack. Their quarterback's a threat to run. You know, we talked about he's going Division I down to Portland State. They got their running back Patton, I believe.
Unbelievable.
And both of them have about 900 yards. So look for them to do a lot of running. Their passing game isn't quite as successful as their run, but I'd look for their offense to be really stout tonight. Glacier Peak, on the other hand, has a little more balanced offense. They're kind of getting – they're almost identical yards through the air and through the ground. So.
Yeah, over 4,000 yards of offense, just almost split right down the middle, like you said. The keys, you talk always, and that's what we're kind of leading into here in the American Family Insurance pregame show here on STSPN. The keys as far as defensive, the Ballard Beavers, they are just big play kids. They have 4.4 speed at their quarterback. We talked about number 23, Patton. And let's lead in now and see what old defensive coordinator Steve Hannon for Glacier Peak. And here's this edition of the Hannon's Huddle.
Welcome, everybody. We're back here for Hannon's Huddle tonight with our good friend, Coach Steve Hannon. Steve, how you doing tonight?
I'm feeling good right now.
Right now you are?
Yeah, right now. All right.
Now, they asked me up in the booth to ask you about last week. You said you need to start out good, and that's good, and if you start out bad, that's bad.
Yeah, that's very philosophical of me.
Good, as long as we got that out of the way. All right, so back to business here. Tonight, you got a real high-powered Ballard team. different than you've seen last week and different than you've seen most of the year. What's your biggest concern tonight?
Yeah, that's a whole different challenge, this week. With, last week it was a triple option and everyone had their responsibilities to do. And if we did our responsibilities, then we were going to be fine, and we were able to do that. Against Ballard, it's harder to specifically say you do this and you do this because their offense is all over the board. And it's really hard to know where they're going and what they're doing. It's hard to pin them down. So I guess my biggest concern is let's figure out what their scheme is tonight, and let's figure out a way to stop it.
Okay, so when you look at them, they got a good running quarterback and a really good running back, and they're both, if you look at their stats, they're both around 900 yards rushing. Who's your biggest concern there?
Yeah, whichever one's got the ball. They're the biggest concern. You're right. They're both, and there's two running backs. There's 23 and number 6. Both of those guys will carry the ball, and they do it really, really well. So, we're going to try to do what we can to limit their big plays. And if we do that, I think we'll be all right.
Excellent. So the other thing, they don't seem to pass that much. It looks, like you mentioned earlier when we were chatting, they kind of do 50-50, but their success has been mostly running. But Glacier Peak's success on defense has been really good rushing defense this year. How does that play into it?
Yeah, well, I guess we'll see, right? How good are they at running the ball, and how good are we at stopping the run? And we talked earlier, too, about these kids. The kids from Ballard look a lot different than a lot of the kids that we play. A lot of those guys look like grown men. So it's going to be a physical challenge for us, a schematic challenge for us, and the quicker we get that stuff figured out, the better off we're going to be.
And then they've also got, 2 or 3 players going Division I?
Oh, I don't know. Yeah,
I think their quarterback's going to Portland State, and they've got another guy going to Portland State.
Yeah,
at least 2.
Yeah. Number 51, I think. Is that right? One of their linemen.
And then
the quarterback. Yeah. Well, they're special players. There's no getting around it. Those guys they'll hurt you if you don't get them pinned down.
All right. So last question: What does Glacier Peak need to do for offense? How many points do they need to score for you to be comfortable?
They need to score more than we let them score, obviously. Gosh, I don't know. It might be more of let's just control the ball and chew up the clock and keep the defense off the field as much as possible. And then hopefully let's score there at the end. But, boy, I don't know. Whatever we got to do, we got to do, right?
Okay, one more. How's the weather? How's this gonna change your game plan?
Well, you have to talk to Rory about the offense. I don't know. He's been talking about running the ball more if the weather's like this. I have to assume that Ballard's going to go that route too. They're going to want to run the ball before they throw it. They have gifted athletes at the wide receiver spot, so it's not like that they don't have anyone to throw to. They do. But if the weather gets bad, we're probably looking at both teams trying to stop the run tonight.
Very good. Okay, everybody, you heard it. Coach Steve Hannon. Thanks, Steve, and good luck.
Your American dream is out there, so go get it. Dreams don't come easy. They're gonna make you work for it. So put on your work boots, fire up your laptop, pour yourself a cup of coffee, because there's gonna be some late nights. American Family Insurance is your American dream insurance. We protect your home, your car, your business, and the most valuable thing you will ever own. Your dream is out there. Go get it. We'll protect it.
American Family Insurance.
STSPN, the American Family Insurance pregame show for state playoffs. The Ballard Beavers come into Snohomish Veterans Memorial Stadium and facing the Glacier Peak Grizzlies. Scott Oshman along with Tim Boyle. Tim, let's continue on. Big week here in Wesco if you're not used to watching Wesco football. First team all-conference out.
Yes, and congrats to a lot of Glacier Peak players. Too many to name. We'll just name the first team players, but Guffey on a defense. Guffey got it for a defensive back. Fafita got it on the D line. Zach Argue got it. Ian Black for being an inside linebacker. On the offensive line, we got Davis Van Ness got it for the offensive line. Fafita got it. Dexter Carter, obviously, is having a huge year.
Monster.
And Guffey got it at wide receiver. So congratulations to quite a few first-team all-Wesco GP players.
Well, as you can see, Glacier Peak now huddling. Talked to head coach Joey Thomas, a couple actually of the assistant coaches there, and one thing he said, we're going to do what we do, and I got to tell you, we're going to come tonight with a little chip on our shoulder. I like that.
I do too, and somebody made the comment that they kind of play angry, and that could be great. It could also cost them 15 yards here and there, and we see that with Glacier Peak sometimes, but it's going to be exciting. I can't wait here.
So if you're Ballard, how do you win this game?
Well, I think the key for Ballard is going to be real easy. That running back they have and that quarterback have to be able to establish a running game. When I look at the passing numbers, they look a little bit pedestrian. I don't mean that as a slight by any stretch of the imagination, but what I mean is their running game looks really promising. And I think they'll need to establish that in order to beat Glacier Peak. They're going to have to put a lot of points on the board to beat Glacier Peak because I think GP's offense is going to get some points.
Well, it's always something's got to give. Ballard coming in tonight, they average 41 points per game. They pass 1,522 yards, passing 1,824 in rushing, total 3,346. And then if you turn that over to Glacier Peak, they only give up about 15 points a game. So as you always say, something's got to give.
The other thing I say is, offense wins games, but defense wins championships. And if you look at GP's defense is a little more stout this year. So,
right.
But, they're playing in different conferences, so we'll find out real quick here.
Ethan Smith, Dexter Carter back for Glacier Peak. They are in their dark blue jerseys, the silver helmets. Ballard Beavers in the white tops, red bottoms, and the great red helmets. And Jack Deneen is going to kick it off, and he's a pretty promising.
A leg.
He's got quite a leg. Actually, one of the assistant coaches told me he hit 60-yarders in practice. So here we go, playoff football here live on STSPN. Looks like goes back in the end zone, and that's something we used to see last year with Spencer Pettit as Ethan Smith takes in the end zone. They'll start at the 20-yard line.
Don't have a choice there. Can't run it out of the end zone. So Dexter Carter, we didn't really quite get to talk about him. He's been the last 6 or 7 games of the year. He is just on a mission.
He has turned an unbelievable corner. No pun intended. You'll see him probably a featured back. 16 touchdowns coming into tonight's game.
Yeah, we're trying to figure out if that's a Glacier Peak record. We think it might be.
Aiden Ziomis, the phenomenal freshman, Baby Z in at quarterback, and he hands it to Bunt. Bye-bye, Bunt, but he is stopped, and that'll probably be a loss, and that's a big play by number 23, and that's Antoine Patton.
Yeah, and he's also their running back. Correct?
He is. He's their phenomenal athlete. But on defense, 46 total tackles, 23 total solo tackles. Tell you, the 5'9" senior, he does it all.
You'll be seeing him quite a bit tonight.
2nd and 11 for Glacier Peak. Just start here of playoff football on STSPN. Ziomas back for his first pass. Goes over. Gets it to Hatch. It's complete, about an 8-yard, 9-yard gain. He gets it up to the 29. There's a struggle for the ball.
He's trying to do the Golden Tate impression there, trying to get the interception out of that.
That's Aaron Mulugeta, number 2, the 6'1 junior, on the coverage there.
It's going to be short by about 1 yard.
3rd and 1 for Glacier Peak. A really good percentage here on third downs coming into tonight. They are 46% on third down conversions. Ziomis out of the shotgun. Gives it to Carter. Carter, but he's hitting the backfield. I don't know if he's going to get it. He's not.
And
I think there's a flag. And
I thought it was a face mask initially. We'll have to go to our in-booth referee to see what he thinks it's going to be. But it looked to me like it was a face mask right at the beginning.
And we have
it is a personal foul. So
he didn't.
It looked to me like it was face mask, but we'll find out here in just a second.
So that's going to cost them. What you saw there, the initial hit, and I don't know if we have the replay going yet, but and here it is right here. You'll see Trevino 66
We got
got
a
in there.
dead ball.
Here we go.
Personal foul against the defense. That's 15 yards from the end of the run. Results in a first down.
We talked just a minute ago about they play a little bit angry, and that's going to cost them some 15-yard penalties tonight.
And Coach Thomas, again, talking to him before the game, he said we have to. This is a very well-disciplined team. Yes, we want to have a chip on our shoulder. We want to be excited, but we can't make big mistakes like that.
Yeah, and when you have a chip on your shoulder, tends to be what happens.
So Ziomas goes over the middle. It's incomplete at the 44-yard line. 1st and 10. That's a big, big penalty, Tim, as we just saw. They were 3rd and 1, and they got stopped. He was going for Garrett, number 13.
And that, it is big because it keeps the drive alive, and if Glacier Peak scores on this drive, you can attribute it to one thing, and it's a personal foul.
Ziomas, Carter again, 4 touchdowns last week against Seattle Prep. That was just in the first half. He's on the left of Baby Z. And Carter gets it, stutter steps, now goes up. And a nice tackle. Again, Trevino there had his legs. This Ballard defense, tough.
I like to see Carter try to get around the corner personally. I think that's where he's the most dangerous. When he turns that corner, they're not going to catch. If he gets in the open field, they're not going to catch him. I'm going to tell you that right now.
3rd down and 8 here on their own 46. 9:48 first quarter. Glad you're with us. Aiden Ziomas, a true freshman, just a kid, and it looks like there's an offside or false start.
Oh, they are in-booth referees saying encroachment on the defense.
And we are having great pleasure tonight. Jeff Matson in tonight, our in-booth referee. He's kind of our Mike Pereira.
Got a dead ball.
Here we go.
Encroachment on the defense. 5 yards previous spot. Remains 3rd down.
So far, Tim Boyle, penalties absolutely killing the Beavers on this first
so
drive.
Now it's 3rd and 2 instead of 3rd and 7, so a much more manageable 3rd down here for the Grizzlies. How do you like that ref mic, too?
I love it.
You got to love that.
Executive producer, engineer, 5-tool player Todd Elvig here at Snohomish Times Sports Network.
I think it's another one, right? I think it's another encroachment.
And that's on.
And Jeff, our in-booth referee, saying another encroachment. So that's going to give him a first down, Scott. So that's, 25 yards in penalties.
Ball. Encroachment on the defense. That's 5 yards previous spot. Results in a first down.
That is 2 huge 3rd down conversions via the flag.
Correct. So now it's 20. Right in the beginning of the game, they got 25 yards in penalties, and McLean's having a tough time keeping up with it already.
John McLean, our statistician tonight, will go down to our Edmonds Community College sideline reporter, Ron the Wedge Henthorn. 1st and 10 now at the Beavers 43. This time. And that's Bunt. Bunt breaking tackles. Bye-bye Bunt. Finally, sorry for the static there on the audio. A huge run there by Colton Bye-bye Bunt.
Yeah, and again, we talked about those penalties. Glacier Peak should be off the field right now. And those penalties, now they're running right down by the red zone here. So see how Ballard responds.
Got some big boys, defensive line there. William Jones. You have Rosen, Marcus Rosen. Ziomas going long overthrows, trying to go for Guffey, Justin the Hitman Guffey. First time they've targeted him on this drive.
They will. We talked about Guffey earlier today that they need to get him the ball more. He's kind of a victim right now of too many talented players, but it'd be nice to see Guffey get that ball a little bit more.
These penalties have resulted, Tim, in an Umpqua Bank first down, but usually it's the play that gets the Umpqua Bank first down.
Is that the same as the ice cream?
It is. Bunt with that first down, 15-yard run. 2nd and 10 with the incomplete, 8:42 in the first quarter here. Playoff football on STSPN presented by Gilpin Realty. Ziomas now in the shotgun, Carter and Bunt on either side. Fakes it to bunt. Looks to pass. Flips it over outside to Carter on the outside far side. Chasing. Tackled now around the 18-yard line. See if he gets a first down.
I think he's going to be about a yard short, and that's why we talked about that earlier. It's great to see Dexter Carter go around the corner a little bit, and he gets he really gained about, after he caught that ball, he ran about 12 yards. So great to see him getting around the corner.
Good little play action there, freezing the linebackers, and they've got some spectacular linebackers. Liamidi, just one of them. This time they flea flicker back to Hatch. He's going to Ziomas, who's wide open.
Whoa.
Touchdown, Grizzlies!
Wow. Look at that. And that was Hatch throwing that ball? That was a nice little ball there to Baby Z.
Hatch to Aiden Ziomas for McDaniel's Do-It Center touchdown with 8 minutes to go in the first quarter.
And that's what you call strategery.
Here is another look, our
Got
exclusive.
an illegal shift on the
Oh,
offense.
and it's coming
That 5
back.
yard previous spot.
Oh.
Still third down.
They're saying it's an illegal shift. Jeff, what is going on out there? The receiver on the near side, and I did see that. I thought they were actually going to call that a false start. Now there's another late flag. Chances are that might be against Glacier Peak for getting all fired up about the call. I did see the illegal shift. I actually thought they were going to call it a false start, but then the flag came late. They're powwowing a little bit.
We'll hear the call here on, again, another great feature here on STSPN. Have our
And that's going to negate a really nice
tremendous
touchdown.
play. That was a 25-yard flea flicker. Zach Hatch to Aiden Ziomas, who was wide open, and a touchdown negated there. Just the first drive, Ballard wins the coin toss, elects deferred, so Glacier Peak is the first drive of the game.
Ooh.
Had a 3rd and 1.
Okay, there must
We
have
got
been.
a dead ball, unsportsmanlike, against the offense, 15 yards from the previous spot. Still third down.
Yeah, so that
Wow.
that play cost them 20 yards, 5 yards for the shift, and 15 yards for the personal foul. So now Glacier Peak is caught up to them almost in penalties.
And I tell you, the first 2 series of the Ballard had some critical penalties that gave Glacier Peak first down. Now we're at 3rd and 21 on the Ballard 40. Ziomas, screen to Guffey. Guffey looking for room, breaks to the 30 to the 25. He's taken down by Patton.
Actually, a good little play to get most of those yards back. Now the Riverboat Gambler is going to be looking at what, 4th and 5, 4th and 6 maybe?
And they're 60% on the year coming into tonight on 4th down
4th
conversions.
and 7, Scott.
4th and 7. Head
You know he's
coach
going for it.
Rory Rosenbaugh in his 8th year.
Now, last year the weapon would have, Spencer Pettit, they would have kicked a field goal from there.
That's true, and they have Kevin Ramsey, who's got a nice boot as well. He's available, but this time he's going to go 4th and 7. Key first series here. Guffey to the near side. Ziomas again. Oh, and he gets it's incomplete. Tried to go to Carter. Great pursuit there for the Ballard Beavers.
Yeah, and the pursuit is actually what made that an incomplete pass. You had the linebacker coming in and flustered Baby Z a little bit and made a bad throw.
Beckett, number 8, in there, and also Patton on the rush, and Beavers will take over on downs. So the first drive could have been
A little disappointing on those penalties. That 15-yarder really killed Glacier Peak on that.
Well,
but they were also a benefit of a couple
exactly.
of them, too.
They both. That was the kind of story that first drive is Ballard takes over on their own 26, and here's Tullis.
We're going to have another false start there.
Maybe some jitters here on a Saturday night.
Got a dead ball, false start on the offense, 5 yards previous spot, still first down.
Boy, Ballard's racking up the penalties here real quick. I think that's, by my math, and I went to public schools, I think that's 30 yards already. And penalties and like early in the first quarter. Leslie McLean's in the house, everybody.
You got Leslie here, John McClain, Jeff Matson here, our state official. Here's Tullis throwing the ball quickly, almost intercepted. Is it? No, just through the hands of Wyatt. No, that's Sam Wyatt. Oh, man.
We'll blame that on the rain.
My goodness. Trying to go to Yan, Nick Yan, number 9.
Sometimes you just want the ball too bad.
Yeah.
And
killing.
it eludes you.
Meanwhile, 2nd and 15. Divine Tullis again. Now, we're not sure he's committed to Portland State. I thought I saw a tweet, so correct me if I'm wrong.
I thought I did as well.
Tullis. And here's Patton, but he keeps it. Tullis gets some yardage on the far side out around the 34-yard line. Little Houdini there. I thought he handed the ball to Patton, but he did not.
Yeah, and that was one of our keys to the game is Glacier Peak's going to have to be able to stop Tullis because he likes to run the ball.
So we'll see what the
third and 3
third
is what
and
they're
3
calling
now. So many people can hurt you. He keeps it, and he's going to get an Umpqua Bank first down. And Tullis there taken down by Ayat, but that's a Umpqua Bank first down, and you see nice read option there up the middle.
Yeah, fooled a couple of the defenders there. The rain is actually coming. I don't know how much you can see it on the camera, but it is definitely raining out there. It will become
cool
a
night.
factor.
Yeah, cool night
Yeah,
as
it's
well.
only in the 40s right now with the rain.
1st and 10 at their own 37-yard line. Ballard, first offensive series. He gets a complete pass. This is to Davis. Elijah Davis again.
Yeah, and the defense let him have an extra 3 or 4 yards there, not making the tackle initially.
Only 31 receptions coming in for 156 yards through 9 games for Elijah Davis. But, again, everybody dangerous here on the Beaver squad. Tullis rolling near side, throwing again. This one overthrown, trying to get to Beckett. Incomplete.
And Ballard's playing that no huddle, kind of hurry up. They're a little bit of a college style. The Glacier Peak defense is going to have to do a little rotating in and out to keep up with it.
A lot of pressure on the linebacking crew for Glacier Peak. Trips to the right now for the Beavers. 3rd down and 4, 6-12 in the first quarter here. First offensive series for the Beavers. Again, they're going to pass it over. It's caught, but right there to take him down. We'll see where the spot is Wyatt. It's complete to 21.
They're going to give him
Davis.
some good forward. Where are they marking that ball? Holy moly. They give him the first. It looked like they gave him a lot of extra room there.
But another Umpqua Bank first down for the Ballard Beavers. Ballard out of the Metro League. And 23, Patton, he's got 22. He's in motion. He's got 22 touchdowns. They go to Patton. Does he catch it? Incomplete, just a little bit too much.
Probably a good thing he didn't catch it. There was a lot of blue jerseys right there.
Just spectacular talent on Antoine Patton, 5'9", 180-pound senior, 17 touchdowns on the ground.
Yeah, there's no doubt they score some points.
He had 2 4-touchdown games this year. Brings up 2nd and down, 5:46 left in the first quarter. They now give it to Patton. Patton breaks a tackle, and he's got speed. And he finally runs into Wyatt, but a huge gain down to the 25-yard line, and Patton is fired up.
They do play with a little chip on their shoulder. I've been noticing that. There's no doubt about it.
Number 23 just racked off, moved the chains, and a huge Umpqua Bank first down.
Glacier Peak's going to have to make a couple adjustments here. Mostly a running game here tonight.
Now in the GP 24, a 27-yard run. And Patton breaks out again. This time he will hit pay dirt. Touchdown Beavers. Our McDaniels Do-It Center touchdown from 24 yards out. Antoine Patton.
Yeah, and Ballard exposed GP a little bit on that drive. Couple big runs hurt him. Now that that blown interception cost him, you can't really blame it on that, but he's wishing he had that back.
Great blocking up front for the Beavers. Deneen in for the extra point.
Watched him warming up today, kicking 50-plus yarders in the rain.
Gabriel, the hold, it's up, it's good, and it is way deep.
Hits the fence back there.
And 5:22 left in the first quarter. Ballard strikes first in this state playoff game. You're watching playoff football on STSPN, presented by Gilpin Realty. We'll be right back. Live here at Snohomish Veterans Memorial Stadium. Scott Oshman, Tim Boyle. Let's try and go down to our Edmonds Community College reporter Ron the Wedge Henthorn, who's smartly, wisely under an umbrella. Ron?
Here in the rain, definitely under an umbrella right now, because since we started this game, the rain's picked up a lot harder. A little quiet in the stands from the Glacier Peak fans, and Coach Rowe down here is not happy, but it's early yet, guys. Let's see what they do on this kickoff. Back to you.
Thank you, Ron Henthorn. Again, boy, they just kind of kicked him in the mouth. There's Deneen's kick, and it's way out. But I'll tell you.
Hits the back of the end zone back there.
You got to understand, and we talked about this pregame, is Glacier Peak doesn't give up many yards rushing. Coming into tonight, they only give up 2.9 yards per rush, and they just drove 7 plays and a long way for a touchdown.
And it was really 2 big plays that they got that on. And, you know, again, we talked about that in pregame. Is Glacier Peak going to be able to stop that run?
So Glacier Peak now gets to try and answer. They had a decent drive, but it was stopped really by penalties. They had a touchdown called back, a brilliant trick play.
20 yards worth of penalties.
And this time they hand the ball up the middle, and maybe we'll gain 4.
Up the middle doesn't seem to be working too well so far.
And we'll see, was that?
They've got quite the defensive line.
Not sure if that was bunt. I don't think that was bunt. So 4-yard gain, 2nd and 6 now for the Grizzlies. Ziomas fakes it, now gets it to Carter on the near side. See if he can turn the corner. Cuts up field. He'll gain another 2 or 3, but good pursuit there again by Davis.
Yeah, so far Ballard's doing a good job of containing that run, keeping him from hitting the corner.
4 minutes, 20 seconds left to go in this first quarter playoff football here on STSPN. 3rd and 3. And we gave a lot of props last week, rightly so, and all year to the offensive line for Glacier Peak, racking up over 4,000 yards total offense. And they're going to come after Ziomas. He skirts the pressure outside, and he's going to get a Umpqua Bank first down. Nice job there by Baby Z.
That was a great heads. I don't think that was the play that they designed, but a lot of pressure coming up the middle, and makes a great little run there.
And we got to want a big shout out to his mom. Is it Tony Ziomas?
Yeah, Tony. We met his mom on the way walking down to the field. And
she's got a sign. She loves Baby Z.
Sometimes our names stick with people.
Sometimes they do.
Like the Wedge.
Yeah. The celebrity. First and 10 from their own 32. Glacier Peak down 7-0 here early going. Ziomas, plenty of time, now flips it over in and out of the hands of Woolhoff.
And he had some daylight in front of him too, but sometimes you just get a little too eager, and it's raining.
It is. That'll bring 2nd and 10 here for Glacier Peak. 3:43 left to go in the first quarter. Winner plays Bellevue. Bellevue taking care of business last night. And Aiden Ziomas, the freshman, wasn't the starter at the beginning of the year. Carter to his left, trips right. Guffey on the far side of the field as Ziomas pervades the field. 2nd and 10 now from the 32. And now we got whistles.
Was it delayed? Did seem like it was taken forever. And not good.
And those are the things that cannot happen in playoff football.
We're gonna have to get a penalty update here soon.
They've been better as far as an offense. 76 penalties for 673 yards coming into this game. Seems like a lot, but actually that's not too bad.
Yeah, it hasn't been as costly as it has in previous years, but I got to tell you, in that first drive, that was very costly.
2nd and 15, Ziomas flips it out, has to dive and catch, and he's down right there.
Yep,
and that's Woolhoff.
Some quick pressure there on the D line, and he has to make a bad throw, and I think they caught it, but it didn't matter either way.
3rd down and 15. Again, it's the penalties where they're coming deep in their own part of the field here, leaving some challenging. But again, big credit here to the Ballard defense holding Glacier Peak. Now 3rd and 15, Carter to his right. Ziomas, first time playing varsity football at the playoff level. He launches, it's caught by Guffey, and a big hit.
And he absolutely undressed. I'm surprised they didn't call a flag on that. Just leveled a defenseless player there.
Let's take a look at it. Guffey, wow, how did he hold on to the ball? Unbelievable.
A lot of times you'll actually see a flag come out on that.
Antoine Patton said, nice to meet you.
That was a big pickup, though, for
huge
Guffey and the Grizzlies.
24-yard pickup. First down, Umpqua Bank first down. Carter up the middle. He'll get maybe one.
I want to see him sending Carter out to the side. Turn that corner.
And the tackle there by number 51, Shiloh Taase, 6'4", 300-pound sophomore, Tim.
I know, and they've done a very good job of standing their ground on the middle there. Not giving too much there at all.
They have some tremendous players up front in the linebacker. They've been doing a great job. 2nd and 9, 2:17 just in the first quarter here. Welcome to STSPN. Scott Oshman, Tim Boyle, Ron Henthorn, the entire STSPN crew. Glacier Peak with a big 3rd and 15 conversion, and now we're going to get a timeout.
Looks like GP called that timeout.
A good timeout, 2nd and 9 with 2:04. We will take a Fred's Rivertown Ale House timeout. Don't go anywhere.
Okay, so how often do you see
clogged drain? Other plumbing problems? Call Action Jackson Plumbing for 24-hour service. Owned by a lifetime Edmonds resident and Edmonds Woodway grad, Action Jackson is the drain cleaning specialist. They can unclog most internal drains for only $99 plus tax. Call 425-877-5601 or visit actionjacksonplumbing.com.
Scott Oshman, Tim Boyle, 2:04 left to go. The rain coming down hard here in Snohomish, Tim, but both coaches saying not a factor in their playbook tonight.
They did. It is a factor. No, I don't care how you shake it up. The rain is a factor, and it does make it does make things more difficult, and you do make some changes for it.
Wasn't
But I
it-
love it.
Yeah,
it's football weather.
it is 46 degrees. 2nd and 9. Aiden Zioma's back, getting pressure now. He dumps it down. It's dropped again. Not again by Guffey, but he's had a few drops tonight in the rain as we speak of the
I
rain.
just got done saying it does affect the game, and it sure affects it right there. And that's a ball you don't see him drop very often. Dry weather, he's not dropping that ball, I guarantee you. And that's going to cost him a first down at least.
Another 3rd and 9. They completed a 3rd and 15. Zioma's 5 for 10 for 56 yards. He's had probably, I'd say, two decent drops.
I would say Baby Z needs to get him about 6 or 7 yards here just to get Rowe comfortable on the 4th down.
Carter to his left. And they bring the house again. And this time Ziomas is not going to go anywhere. A big sack.
Boy, that was just huge penetration there.
And Shiloh Taase, I tell you, he put a GP player on their back on that pursuit. You're seeing our instant replay.
Saw some highlights of him prepping for this game, and I knew he was for real.
For the second time,
4th
the Ballard,
and 16.
Yeah, 4th and 16 here. This time, Kevin Ramsey in to punt. And back for Ballard is number 21, always dangerous, Elijah Davis. This one gets off the side of his foot. Man, looks 33-ish. So Ballard has to be happy. They come up north here, and they stick it to it in the first quarter with 1:17 left. Glacier Peak not able to get their offense going, and so far the difference, Patton with a 24-yard touchdown run on a great opening drive, 76 yards, 7 plays. They're up 7-0, and here they come again. Now it's Patton again on the near side, getting plenty of room, finally knocked out by Wyatt and McCoy, but that's an Umpqua Bank first down, Tim.
Yeah, and Glacier Peak's going to need to make some adjustments because I think Ballard right now is feeling like, hey, we can just keep running the ball.
Yeah.
Kind of like what you saw Glacier Peak do to Arlington. You're starting
true.
to see a little bit of that with Ballard. Got their confidence and some swagger.
Tullis going to go over to Davis. This time well played by the Grizzlies.
Nobody fooled there.
Fafita there. Ian Black. And also Colton Bunt on defense. 52 seconds left here in the first quarter. 2nd and 10 on their own 45. Divine Tullis fakes it. Now he looks to pass. He's going to go deep. He's got a player over his hand. Just overthrow. Just a skosh.
I actually thought that was a perfect pass. I just think the receiver didn't quite run. Needed to get there a little bit quicker, but it was just barely out of his fingertips there.
And that's Robinson, one of their better receivers, averages just under 19 yards a catch. 3rd and 10. No huddle offense here for Ballard. Fakes it. Now he throws it again. This time it's caught and right at the first down marker, brought down by Bunt, but it'll be close there for
Mulugeta. They're giving a really generous spot there. I thought they pulled him down behind the line.
Aaron with the reception, the 6'1 junior. And it's an Umpqua Bank first down. So everything going the Beavers' way here with 21 seconds in the first quarter, up 7-0. In motion. Tullis now getting chased. They try and get in, steps out of it. Now he's going to tuck and run. He runs out of bounds at the 40.
Yeah, and that's a great play by Tullis to pick up actually 5 or 6 yards on that play because they had him back about 5 or 6 yards behind the line of scrimmage, and he just outran everybody. That's why he's going D1.
He's got 4.4 speed, coaches are telling us, and you can see you can tell on film. He's something special. 2nd and 4. Closing seconds here, the first quarter. Now on the GP39, rolling to the far side. Throws, and it's caught! And he just runs out of bounds around the 30. Again, that's Mulugeta.
And Glacier Peak caught a break there because if the momentum kind of took him out of bounds, and he was off to the races there.
And that's an Umpqua Bank first down. 2 seconds left in the first quarter. 29-yard line for the Beavers. Fakes it. He's going to go deep again. This time Robinson catches a touchdown, Beavers. Ethan Smith not able to get there.
And it's a little bit of a missed coverage there. Gave him just a little bit too much cushion there. And that was actually a perfectly laid pass by Tolis. Got it right in his hands over the defense, and just a perfect play. Glacier Peak's in trouble here.
Simon Robinson, a big 29-yard pass play completion. 13-0. And Ballard punching GP in the face here early on as we are starting. I don't know if they're going to start the second quarter here. It looks like they are, but they'll do the point after, and then they'll start the second quarter. Deneen on for the extra point.
This will be an untimed down.
So unfamiliar position. Ball's down, blocked by Fafita. And Malachi gets a paw in there just like his older brother who made a living blocking PATs, and that could come handy down the line.
Hey, extra points like that are very costly. Oh, we got a guest in the booth.
Absolutely. We'll get him hooked up. The head coach for the Snohomish Panthers, Kai Smalley, in the booth here for our second quarter. Going to add some in-depth football analyst work here for STSPN. 13-0 Ballard here.
And those I'm telling you, we've seen it before where those extra points actually can cost you at the end. Although it doesn't, Glacier Peak's going to need to figure a couple things out here. We talked about that running game is going to be costly if Glacier Peak can't figure it out.
We talked a lot about Ballard and Tullis. Again, 50% completion percentage. The pass didn't, if you look through the numbers, again, us not watching Metro, watching Ballard, you didn't come in going, oh, my God, I don't want to get beat deep by Divine Tullis. But you know what? They got beat deep.
Yeah, but the problem is when you're having a lot of success running the ball like that, it opens up that passing game, and you can just kind of insert your will on people.
Kai, how are you?
I'm doing just fine. How are you?
Good. Yeah. Hey, welcome up here to the booth, and congratulations on a great year. Again, you've had 30 years, and you've made huge progress as Ballard kicks off here. We'll get your thoughts. Carter bobbles it, but takes it around the 10. Coming at the near side, makes one move. Now up the sideline, gets knocked around the 30, and that's where Glacier Peak will start this series to start the second quarter.
And we got lucky there. Guffey was tackling somebody from behind and didn't get the flag, so caught a break there.
What's your impressions right now with this game, Kai?
Well, yeah, they just got to stick to the plan and keep playing. I mean, they've done some good things, and Ballard's showed they can shoot themselves in the foot early on in that first quarter, but they've come back pretty well. But it's still a good ball game. I mean, they're playing well, and just got to do what they do.
Our special guest, Kai Smalley, is now. I think that was McCoy and his quarterback.
I think that was Carter, but I got to tell you, they're having zero success running right up the middle.
That was Ian Black, number 34. But Joel Plank is in at quarterback, number 9, the sophomore. Kai Smalley, head coach for Snohomish, in with us. Kai, what do if you're Glacier Peak, this is territory you've never been in. You've never opened the first quarter down 13-0, socked in the mouth.
No, but it's still just sticking to your game plan and making it work, and doing the things that they need to do offensively and defensively, just the little things. And, like you said, they're taking away the run in the middle, but they're fully capable of getting the edge too. So it's just finding those things, making those adjustments, and that's something that Glacier Peak's always done a good job of, is making those adjustments they need to.
What the weather coach, how how do you think it's what team is that favoring, or in general, what team does that usually favor when you got the driving rain,
Well,
42 degrees?
3rd and 3 here, Coach, just real quick from their own 37. Fakes it, goes up the gut, and I'm not sure he's going to get anywhere. And looks like the ball is down, and the ball is belonging to the Beavers. No whistle, and big 66. Trevino to the house. Are you kidding me? Touchdown, Beavers.
Well,
I think that answers it right there.
Yeah, I think, exactly. And I got to tell you, guys, I'm a little concerned with GP still going up the middle every time.
So that's we're going to see, is there a flag on the play? People walking back. And they call him Ramo Trevino. He is going to Portland State. 44 tackles. He picked it. That was a little scoop and score, baby.
Yeah,
I think it's coming back. I think they're calling him down. I think a knee hit the ground there, but back to my point, it just seems like Glacier Peak keeps going up the middle and not having really any success. We talked about they have a 300-pound defensive lineman right in the middle. I'm looking for them to go out in around the corner a little bit more.
Yeah, like I said, I mean, they had the speed to do it. It's just, but at the same time, I can't say. I'm not in there doing the game planning and trying to figure out what they're doing. But you got to trust that they've got a plan coming in with it. They've also had some good opportunities. I mean, that touchdown that got called back. It's not like they haven't been able to move the ball. They're just getting into a rhythm with it, and it's hard to do when this happens.
So that looks like we'll maybe get an official call from our referee here, but they are calling that as not a touchdown. So
it is a fumble.
It is
like
a fumble
they are
recovery.
Giving the ball to Ballard.
Whoops. So they hit his knee, but they will take over offense now on the Glacier Peak 39. Kai Smalley, head coach of Snohomish, in the booth with us, and maybe you can see some things up front, blocking schemes and whatnot. What's going on here? Ballard at will. Keeps it. Tullis breaking tackles finally. Taken down, dropped by Bunt, but he got all of the 22, and the speed and power now is showing its head.
And thank God Colton Bunt's got a little speed and power, because nobody else was going to catch him on the field, I don't think. He was off to the races there.
Yeah, and that's tough when you have them dead to rights in the backfield and don't make the tackle, And then players like that keeps his feet going. He's just going to keep getting yards.
16-yard pickup and an Umpqua Bank first down. Tullis and crew now going back to work. Davis in motion. Yeah, he's going to go to Davis again. Just can't quite get there. Incomplete. Bring up 2nd and 10. So is there something defensively that you're seeing them do on the defensive side, Coach, as far as Ballard that's plugging up that middle as far as any type of schemes?
Well, I think you already said it. I mean, they've got some big boys up front that are doing a good job of that, and their linebackers are flying up to the holes quickly, and a couple times GP's been able to take advantage of that with some screens. But, again, it's not enough to –
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
And there's arm tackling, and there's Antoine Patton. 22 coming in, had 23, make it 24 touchdowns from 23 yards away.
And here you see he slips about 3 tackles there where they should have legitimately had him, and things just are not going right for the Grizzlies right now.
23 yards for number 23.
Yeah.
So Glacier Peak just stunned as far as their crowd right now. They're number 5 in the AP poll in the 3A. Ballard not even ranked. And looks like they might go for 2.
Trying to get that missed extra point back here.
Antoine Patton, I tell you, absolutely just running through Glacier Peak tacklers as Tullis in shotgun now looks over at the coach. Patton behind him. They give it to Patton one more time.
I don't think he
and
got
I don't know.
it.
It looks like they're going to mark him down.
About the half-yard line there.
Much better job of tackling there. So
that is a block PAT and an unsuccessful 2-point conversion.
See, I just kicked the extra point there.
Yeah. Well, we can talk about it. Let's take a quick break. Let's take a quick timeout here. 10:02 left in the first half. 19-0 all Ballard Beavers don't go away.
Well, Edmonds Community College offers smaller class sizes and more personal attention from faculty, so you get more focused attention on your learning and your education.
I think I could try a few things out here and realize what courses I'm good at or what I'm not good at and what I should major in.
Scott Oshman, Tim Boyle back with Ron the Wedge Henthorn, our Edmonds Community College sideline, and our special guest here is head coach of the Snohomish Panthers in the 4A division, Kai Smalley. Kai, if you're the Glacier Peak offensive coordinator, what are you considering at this point? You were just talking off the air.
Well, they've had some success with some wheel routes and taking advantage of the man coverage that they're getting, and it's just going back to those things. And
look at this,
Smith.
This
near
helps
side's
too.
A nice block by Carter, finally taken down, but it'll get just inside Beaver territory. That's the mojo they were looking for.
Yeah, they need that right now going with the offense, because if they can get a little bit going, this is a good team. Like you said, they can score quickly, so it's just a matter of getting into that rhythm first.
That's actually a perfect start, putting it right on the midfield mark and giving them some great field position.
Jesse Elian with the tackle there for Ballard. 9:54 in the first half, second quarter.
These posts.
To go. Yeah, this is Joel Plankin. There,
There it is.
Bunt! Are they going to get him? No! Touchdown, Glacier Peak!
Now you see some of the speed that Glacier Peak has. And they had a really fast guy trying to catch Colton Bunt, and that's just very difficult to do.
Our McDaniels Do-It Center 50-yard touchdown. Let's take one more look at Colton. Bye-bye bunt.
Well, they went right back to the middle.
And they did.
It worked, but
something broke.
Yep.
That's what you talk about, execute, right?
Yeah.
It looks like the play is not working.
Stick to the plan, right?
Exactly,
Yep.
but it didn't work because the kid didn't do what he was supposed to do.
Yep.
Yeah,
Kevin Ransby on for the extra point. Go ahead, Tim.
I was going to say, sometimes there's a fine line whether it was it the play call or was it the execution?
Absolutely. I mean, and that's that's something as a coach that's the hardest thing to find that balance and make sure that you're making the right calls for the kids. And right there that was a great call. And
absolutely. And the fans and even us in the media can sit there and pick it apart, but a lot of times it's just the play is the right play call, but they just aren't executing.
Well, that did not take long. 9:46 left here in the second quarter. We're going to stay here again. Kai Smalley, you had a great year. Obviously, it didn't end the way you wanted to, but it was fun to do the Mariner game and talk a little bit about your seniors and obviously Kobe McDaniel. Boy, just us doing the Glacier Peak Snohomish, you saw huge improvement last year, but then just a huge leap coming into this year for Kobe.
Yeah, no, it's something I've said about Kobe. Anybody that asks about him, I mean, he's a smart kid and he's got a great work ethic. He's a 3-sport athlete, which we love to see our players do, and he's just a perfect example of why he competes year round and he does a good job with it. And even when he was doing basketball and baseball, he's a football guy. He was getting his studying in, working with the quarterback coach, and he came out and you see the results we get because of that.
And you got that Stitch kid too.
Who? No, he's a pretty special kid, man. We like having him back there. He makes football fun. But
and look out. This is Sanders. This is their speedster, and he gets across the 15. Good job by special teams there, Glacier Peak. That kid can absolutely fly, not huge in height, but he is a speedster.
You go back to the kickoff that Ballard did, and they've been kicking it 10 yards deep in the end zone, and I'm surprised that they actually Glacier Peak actually got a chance to run that ball back, because I don't know if it was a missed kick or what, but their kicker wasn't even close to not getting into the end zone before.
Well, I can tell you from experience, we didn't do well with covering their kickoffs either. So they're dangerous when we get the ball in their hands in open field.
1st and 10, the 17-yard line. The offense been pretty much able to do what they want. 19-7 up here, and this one just dropped.
And it's the weather.
Go back to it, huh?
Robinson, who had that gorgeous touchdown earlier, he drops that 2nd and 10 from their own 17.
You do see a lot of balls get dropped that wouldn't normally get dropped.
9:39, second quarter here. STSPN playoff football presented by Gilpin Realty. Tullis gives it to Patton. Patton, finally they get 2 Grizzlies, wrap them up. Kranz is there and Ian Black.
Yeah, and he actually should have lost a yard or 2 on that play. They're doing a really good job of breaking that initial tackle.
Much better job by GP of finishing the tackle and getting guys rounding to the ball.
This time correct.
Patton already 5 carries, 87 yards and 2 touchdowns. 3rd and 8. This one passed, incomplete, in and out of the hands. Bunt there to crack the Ballard player. That's Mulugeta, who's had a good game so far.
Bunt did give him a little extracurricular there.
Make sure he knows he's there, huh?
Exactly.
That's what they need, though.
That
right
was
there,
huge.
Get the ball back.
4th and 8, deep in their own territory. First time we're going to see Deneen punt today.
And Glacier Peak doesn't run back a lot of punts generally, so we'll see if maybe Guffey or one of these guys can change that up a little bit.
Justin Guffey back to receive along, I think that's Ethan Smith, and gets us away. And going to let it bounce, and Ballard players hit it right around the mid-stripe.
They're going to have it on the positive side of the field there, probably about the 47-yard line.
We will step away just for a moment. Don't go away. These are fast and furious playoff football on STSPN.
But, yeah, no, just take advantage of what they're giving you.
1st and 10. Up the front, up
Oh,
the
look at
middle.
that.
Bunt. And this is a big Umpqua Bank first down to the 27, and there's a player down. That's not good.
Can't tell who that is right from here.
Dvorak over to see if he's okay. Trainer's out there again. This is hopefully he's okay. Glacier Peak having some injuries the last couple of weeks. You're seeing Joel Plank out, the sophomore. Let's talk about that for a second. Joel Plank hasn't taken a snap in the regular except extra point or 2-point conversions all season.
Yeah, and it seems to be working for them. And they, instead of going with Dexter Carter up the middle, they're mixing it up and going Colton Bunt up the middle. So they're good effort by Rowe to just keep trying it.
And that's where the depth, right? It's a luxury to have Plank and all these kids that can step in on a playoff game.
Yep, and having a certain package where they can practice those plays and get good at what they're doing, and coming in, as you can see right now, at getting into that wing T package they do so well, and just marching the ball. I mean, that was another great run between the tackles.
Colton Bunt, and that's the other. Talk about depth. They got Carter, they got Bunt, they got a lot of players as far as running back that can hurt you different ways.
And I've joked around with you many times. I wish Colton Bunt would run track, because I've watched him run track before, and he is such a special runner. And it's just great to see him get in the open field like that.
It's Brendan Howard down there, the 6'1 senior. We know he's been fighting little nagging injuries here and there. He actually sat out the second half of last week. We'll hope he's okay. We will step away here, though, real quick while they tend to Brandon. 8:48 left to go in this first half of playoff football. 19-7 Ballard up. Don't go away here on STSPN, presented by Gilpin Realty. Right, Mr. Howard off on his own power. That's great to see for everybody. Again, is a physical game, Kai.
Yep.
And it's
late in the season like this too. You know,
everybody's banged up.
Those linemen take a licking every single play.
Plank in, gets it to Carter. Now on the far side, has a little bit of room, getting a nice seal block. Nice tackle, spins him down. Almost to a first down again, Antoine Patton. He is fun to watch.
Carter has a little more success turning the corner. Bunt's got a little more success running up the middle. But just breaking news, Stanford loses to Oregon. They missed a 2-point conversion at the end of the game.
I'm so disappointed to hear that.
Oregon wins 38-36
How about them
with
Ducks?
no time left on the clock. Stanford can't convert.
Head coach for Snohomish Panthers, Kai Smalley, sharing the love of the Ducks with head coach for Glacier Peak, Roy Rosenbaugh, as they get that 2nd and 2, and they get an Umpqua Bank first down with a carry from Colton Bunt, number 24.
Now that just kills me that the Cougs couldn't convert that field goal. They'd be in the driver's seat right now.
Come on now. 43 yards, left-footed
hey, I gotta
kicker on left hash.
you. Arizona State has a big win today over the
Huskies.
Did. Your alma mater. I'm not sure.
Now Bunt on the left side bangs his way inside the 10 to the 9. Tackled by Patton.
Yep. Yeah, it's like, I mean, it's just sticking to the plan and doing, you know, eventually your scouting pays off in these situations, you know, and you can see that with mixing it up with that other play where they got Carter on the edge too.
Head coach for Ballard, Joey Thomas, said he understands they got some special running backs as well, and he you know, rightly said, it's all about up front. Ian Black gets the carry down inside the 5.
And Ian Black is having a great year. He got, first or second team honors, we noticed, and first team honors on defense, I believe. But he's having a great year.
He's a very good linebacker. He runs the ball very well, too.
In the Bellevue game, once he went out of the game in the Bellevue game, it was very costly for Glacier Peak.
Good handoff there. They get it up the front again, in for a touchdown.
That's bye-bye Bunt.
And Colton Bunt crosses the line for a Glacier Peak touchdown. Our McDaniels Do-It Center touchdown, 7:03. Just like that, Grizzlies back in it.
Now we'll ask Coach Smalley here, has Ballard been exposed here on the last couple drives? They've been exposed a little?
Absolutely. I mean, you know, it's a matter of, again, going back to, I mean, I sound like a broken record, but it's sticking to the plan, and you know, especially, you know, you spend all week working on these plays, and you know, you do them for a reason. And right now they're
that's blocked, and that's the second time this year.
Those extra points. Are they going to come into play? 13-19 now.
I was waiting to see what Rowe was going to pull out for a 2-point conversion there, and then
Rowe likes the 2-point
he
conversion.
Does.
We
he
know
does.
that. No question about that.
Does. Yeah, he does. I mean, but it's a sound game plan, because you get teams chasing that 1 point. It makes a big difference, especially in a game like this too, where you need those points to get yourselves back into it.
Head coach Kai Smalley for Snohomish joining us here in the second quarter on STSPN.
Talk about what you think your specialty is.
And
Is it defense?
Me?
And Todd Elvig, executive producer, asking him.
I've always been a defensive coach, yeah.
Well, before Smalley got up in the booth, we always say, hey, offense wins games, defense wins championships.
I remind Rory that all the time.
That's a good thing to remind him of.
Yep.
Now, in the agreement to have you up here, as described by head coach for Glacier Peak, Roy Rosenbaugh.
He wanted me to talk about.
No, he didn't want. You were not supposed to talk about him or divulge anything.
I didn't sign that agreement. Nobody signed anything.
Okay. I just want to make sure everyone was clear. As Ramsey kicks it off, it's taken at the 15, bobbled, and out of bounds, and that's Sanders. DeLevante Sanders.
And you see how the weather affects it. He had a hard time even picking the ball back up.
I'm just still not used to sitting up here. It doesn't look too bad to me out there. So, you know.
That's what we tell everybody. The only reason we do this is because we don't want to get out in the weather.
I don't blame you.
So all you got to do is look down at the track.
I see the puddle.
You see the puddle.
Yep. I know that I'm glad I'm not down there right now.
Feels good to be in the booth.
I like it up here. rather be coaching, but
Tullis, Patton. Argue
Robot.
gets in.
Get
He
him.
bounces out. Now a group of Grizzlies finally get him, and Argue trying to lead the cheers. And now
Ooh,
there's
little
some
chippy,
Now we
huh?
got a little extracurricular going. We don't want to see the yellow flag come out.
And Ian Black is dragged back by Davis Van Ness and the gang. Getting a lot of the seniors. This is a big deal. Mover, they win. They play Bellevue.
It's a big possession here for Glacier Peak to see if they can impose some will here.
Stopped him on the last drive. Had him make the first punt. Tullis back to pass. Plenty of time. Now it breaks down. Great move to the inside. Still running. Finally out of bounds. He'll get a first down. Boy,
And that was
Divine
all
Tullis.
about his move there, that juke him move.
And there it is. They'll see where they mark him. Okay, they're going to mark him short of 25, 26-yard line, it looks like.
Yeah, big 3rd and 2 here.
He had time, ran in the pocket, and that's so much of his danger is just ad-libbing. 3rd and a couple. Patton gets the ball, cuts it up. He's hit, but he's still going. Finally, McCoy, but they're going to give him forward progress.
Boy,
That's an Umpqua Bank
I
first
think
down.
they're saying, look who's Colt. Is it McCoy that's got the ball there?
And we'll look at our exclusive instant replay here on STSPN. They're going to mark him short, it looks like. See, that's why up here, Kai, we can't tell what's going on. It looked like they had him marked as a first down. Now they are saying a first down. What's going on?
Well,
I think
tell you what,
they're
it's
gonna
just as
they're gonna
confusing
come out
down
and
there,
measure.
too.
We might have to go to our
Now they're saying
Just
first
give it to
down
him,
without a measurement. First they say 4th down, then they do a first down without a measurement. Surprised.
We have official in the booth, Jeff Matson. What the heck was that about, sir?
We're just trying to communicate across.
You can't hear him, but they'd call. I thought the line judge on the other side, 1st and 10, Tullis gives it to Patton. Antoine going the wrong way,
And there's a
finally
flag.
cut down and
There's a
bunt.
late flag here. Not sure what.
Antoine Patton,
Hard
he
to see
is.
it come in that last second.
The flag came from the side judge here.
And we will hear our referee's call here. Here it is.
Got a sideline warning on Glacier Peak.
Sideline.
First Glacier Peak sideline warning, and maybe we can. You can't hear him off mic right now, but Jeff Matson, our official in the
By
booth.
the way, through that,
Too many coaches in the box, he says.
Now, head coach Kai Smalley of Snohomish, you ever been called for that?
Once or twice.
2nd and 10. Davison motion. Tullis keeps it. Now he's got one Grizzly finally taken down by Ricky Kranz. That looked like a wrestling move.
It was a wrestling move, and he was second team all Wesco. So he came out of nowhere this year. What did you say he weighed? Don't get it wrong because his mom's going to get mad at us.
He started the year at 100 on the roster.
Yeah.
Then he moved up to 165. That's gave him the mini truck.
100 pounds, huh?
It was a miss. It was the roster was wrong.
We got in trouble.
We did.
I've seen that plenty of times.
3rd and 11. Tullis gonna throw back.
He's being held back there.
On Chase. Now he's gonna go deep to the sideline. Has an open receiver. It's caught by Beckett at the 40. What a play by
That flag
Beckett.
right here.
And I think they're going to call. We saw it clear as day. There was a hold.
Oh, yeah. Rory looks really excited,
Yeah.
too, which that's a good thing, huh?
And I'm sure our in-booth ref saw that, too, as well. Oh, he's saying ineligible, huh? I thought I saw a hold back here.
Okay, so we're going to play.
And
take
here's-
it 5 yards back from
here's the
previous
ref with the
spot,
mic on.
replay the down.
As you watch the replay.
Yeah.
And here comes the call.
Yeah.
We got an ineligible downfield on the offense. That's 5 yards previous spot. Still 3rd down.
Replay of the down.
Yeah, Glacier Peak catches a break there. I thought I saw a hold as well on the play. Either way, it comes back.
That's tough, though. That quarterback, you got to have somebody breaking down, have him contain on him because he's extends those plays really well.
Well, Divine Tullis 6 for 13, 61 yards, 1 touchdown, and it's a timeout on the field. as Ballard going to think about this. 4:54. Let's take a Fred's Rivertown Ale House timeout. You're watching playoff football on STSPN.
Clogged drain? Other plumbing problems? Call Action Jackson Plumbing for 24-hour service. Owned by a lifetime Edmonds resident and Edmonds Woodway grad, Action Jackson is the drain cleaning specialist. They can unclog most internal drains for only $99 plus tax. Call 425-877-5601 or visit actionjacksonplumbing.com.
I think that's pretty evident, though.
19-13, Ballard Beavers on top here with 4:54 in the first half. Scott Oshman, Tim Boyle, our special guest Kai Smalley, the head coach for Snohomish, Ron Henthorn with you. 3rd and 16, Tullis back to pass. Chased by Argue, goes deep, sideline, Wyatt, can't get it, and he's tackled by Beckett.
Looked like he gave him a little extracurricular when he landed on top of him. He kind of looked like he gave him an elbow to the face there. He should have actually intercepted that, though.
Another, though, great.
A little wet out there.
Yeah, it is. The penalty, but a good stop again by Glacier Peak defense. That's 2 in a row after Ballard could do all they wanted in the first few series.
Games kind of changed dramatically
Really
in the last
has.
few minutes.
Well, these guys, they got the kids settled down, got them in, and, I mean, it's just made some adjustments and worked out. Another good chance to get good field position.
Deneen
And it
to
went
part
over
over
his
his head in the end
Into the end
zone.
zone.
Deneen! Jackson
Safety.
Deneen gets
Safety.
tackled to safety.
Wow. And who caught him back there in the end zone?
Is that Ian Black or bunt?
I'm still looking.
That is Ian Black, number 34. You'll see it on
No
a
wonder
replay.
he's first team All Wesco. And that guy has just been a beast this year. Now, not only they get the 2 points, they get the ball back. A safety is just a killer.
Yep.
It just absolutely crushes you.
1950 with 4:38. Boy, what a seesaw battle here in the first half.
I don't know. I might have to stay over here for the rest of the game. I'm doing better since I came over here, being in the booth over there.
Well, you're more than welcome as always, and you got instant replay here, but you have that down on the field now. I think.
Oh man, that's a game changer.
The huddle replay, 4:38. Stay tuned, everybody, for our Action Jackson Plumbing halftime show. Got the. We'll watch all the replays. You'll have the replay highlights. We'll get some Everett Harold, David Kruger in here, maybe Steve Willits. We got all kinds of the celebrities of Wesco are around, Kai.
We're going to be out of a job here.
We are. We're going to be out.
What do they need us for?
Well, I don't think I should have this thing on too long because I slip and say something stupid. So.
That's what we like in the media.
Yeah, I like my job though. So
It's always hard to see the seniors go, but again, you got Stitch and the gang coming in. What do you think right now for next year as you build into your 4th year?
well, we're very excited about it, especially after the way our kids played this year and showed that responding to adversity, which is been a big thing for us. That we it's tough seeing a senior class like this going. You got not just Kobe, but Peyton Plucker, Derek DeVries,
Plucker.
and Plucker has just been
He's
been
huge.
everywhere. Yeah, And you talked about losing Black and against Bellevue, and that same thing happened to us when we didn't have him.
Oh, and Dexter Carter has to drop it, then pick it up on the 20. Now working the sideline, weaves his way. Finally, Beckett's there to hit him down around the 36-yard line. I want to talk to you about one of the most spectacular receivers that we've had a chance to see, and that's Mr. Johnston.
Yeah, the biggest problem with him was the biggest thing at the beginning of the season was getting him healthy. He started out a little dinged up coming into camp with a little hamstring, but by the time he got, we gave him a whole week off against Lake Stevens, just sat him, and that was probably the best move we made all season with him, and he blew up in the rest of the season. It was exciting to see him come into his own in that way. Plus, it's just nice having a receiver can beat guys one-on-one.
But he made some just unbelievable catches as bunt on the left side. Number 24 gets it. Again, if you're just joining us, Joel Plankin at quarterback. Aiden Ziomas, the freshman, started the game as he started the last 5 games. 4:17 left in the first half. And I don't know. I don't think anything's wrong with Baby Z. I think that
I think it's a strategy
I think
change.
it is.
And when Plank comes in, pretty much know they're going to be running the ball.
And with Jackson Swim, again, big shout out to him getting hurt a couple weeks ago in the Arlington game, and that's bunt again up the left side, be close to a first down.
I think he's about 1.5 yards short from what I see.
Bring up 3rd and a yard on their own 47, 3:44. But Jackson Swim, as there's an official's timeout. Let's go down to our Edmonds Community College sideline report. No, we can't go down because we don't have a mic left.
Oh.
I heard static, and I thought that was my cue. What are they doing? Are they measuring here?
I'm surprised. It looked from here like he wasn't that close, but it still doesn't look.
Well, we'll see.
I think he's going to be a little short. But.
Big shout out.
Come on, be positive.
Yeah, to Jackson Swim though out there. He played exceptional.
Yeah, he's a little short.
Are you surprised that Arlington fell to Bonnie Lake?
You know, Arlington, that they were a good team. You know, and I don't know what Bonnie Lake had, but you know, just watching, I was very impressed with Arlington watching them throughout the season because sometimes they've had a really strong start to their season and not necessarily finished as well. But this year, I mean, they just had a really good group of kids. So yeah, I mean, I was very surprised to see them go out in the first round like that. But you know, they've got a lot of kids coming back, and they got a good program coming up too.
Yeah, they're fun to watch. And the Bonnie Lake went on and win again there in the quarterfinals.
Man, that's gonna
that
hurt
tells you
there.
something.
I think that's going to be a false start. You thinking? Our in-booth ref thinks it's encroachment.
Let's hear the call.
We've got a dead ball.
There you go.
Encroachment on the defense. 5 yards, previous spot, results in a first down.
Boy, and Ballard's giving them a few first downs
I was
today.
just going to say that. That's shooting yourselves in the foot there.
How do you manage that emotional roller coaster as a head coach when you know those mental breakdowns? They're killing you.
Yeah, well, I mean, and again, it's sometimes it's calling a timeout and trying to get your guys back in their own head.
Uh-oh.
Fumble.
That's
ball's down.
I think Ballard's got the ball,
and this could be key. 3:33. Plank, they just got a big first down on that penalty, and every white jersey Ballard Beaver saying it's there. It is.
Ball.
And look who, Big Trevino. A big turnover.
Again.
Second one tonight for Glacier Peak.
A wet ball, I think, and the rain. I think that's gonna keep being a factor tonight.
Well, you see the replay. He didn't even have the ball when Plank came up.
That's been a problem for Glacier Peak this year that they haven't been able to solve.
3:33 left to go here in the first half, and now Ballard with good field position. 48-yard line. Divine Tullis back to pass. Floats one down the middle, going to Robinson. It's intercepted.
Look at Guppy.
Guppy covers it up, and he'll be brought down.
Got a flag
another
behind
flag.
it too.
I think that's going to be a personal foul type. And somebody's hurt
that's
too. 51 is hurt.
Malachi Fafita is rolling
and
around.
And he's a tough kid. If that guy's rolling around in pain like that, there's a problem.
Well,
that's a good answer right there to that fumble.
That is. Divine Tullis, again, 14 touchdowns coming into tonight, only 5 INTs. So doing a decent job taking care of the football.
It's going to be interesting to see what this flag is. I think it's going to be some type of personal foul. The way usually when it comes in that late, it's of the 15-yard variety.
And we'll hear it right here.
During the return, we've got a block in the back against the return team. That's 10 yards from the spot of the foul, and it'll be first down blue.
First down blue.
First down blue. I tell you.
First down blue. I like it.
Stay tuned again, Action Jackson halftime show. But STSPN, we've got a mic'd ref. We have instant replay. We've got an in-booth replay. We have
you got an in-booth ref too.
Yeah, in-booth.
We got Coach Smalley. We got a sideline guy. We got the wedge down there.
It's unbelievable. Nobody does this. Did you have this? You were in Utah?
Yeah. Well, I'll be honest. I don't know if it was quite this elaborate, but we did have a cable station that did all of our games, which
that's awesome.
Yeah, it is. It is, and it isn't.
What?
My biggest thing there was that just everybody has your film.
Yeah.
You know, and it's changed dramatically since then because with Huddle and everybody has access to it. But at that point, you didn't have as much. You know, I mean, when I first started as the head coach, I would have to drive and trade. Sometimes I'd give somebody a DVD and I'd get a VHS back. So, you know, it's changed a little bit since then. Now, I mean, everybody's got access to it anyway. So, but it's great for the kids because they get a chance to, you know, this is an awesome setup for them.
Malachi walking off. You're hearing the voice of head coach Kai Smalley of Snohomish Panthers this year. As Malachi walks off, like you say, look, hopefully he's all right.
Well, if Malachi has any say-so, he'll probably be back in the game because he's just a tough kid.
And he's his
good
older
wrestler.
brother. Yep, at Air
brother
Force.
State champion wrestler.
So now Ziomas back in the shotgun. A little different look. Ziomas, he's going to go down hard. Welcome to varsity ball, and again, Trevino with the sack.
And that Trevino's, they don't have too much of an answer for him. Didn't he recover the fumble just a couple minutes ago too?
He's got 8 tackles for loss. Add another one.
It's a good night.
He is a big boy going to Portland State next year, the senior. 2nd and 19. A lot of work. Now it flared out to Carter, but Carter smashed back.
Boy.
And they read
Peak's
that all the way.
They are going the wrong way.
And that's Davis, Elijah Davis. Outstanding player. He's been in everything all night, but now you're looking at 13 and a mile.
Don't have a lot of plays in your playbook for that. But
we always say that. What are you trying to do here, though, Coach? You just trying
you're
to
trying
to
make up part of it, you know, and see where you can get yourself in 4th down, so you're not pinned deep for a punt. You know, obviously we saw with them how badly that can go.
Carter to his right. Aiden Ziomas, the freshman, gets it to Carter, has a little window, makes a move to the 20, gets to the 23, and that's exactly what you talked about.
He got it was 3rd and 26, so he got a good.
Yeah, you give yourself some breathing room then.
10, 15 of them back.
And it looks like there's a timeout on the field. We'll take a Fred's Rivertown Alehouse timeout. 19-15, Ballard on top, 150 in the first half. STSPN playoff football presented by Gilpin Realty. Back here, live streaming STSPN. 1:50 left in the first half. Scott Oshman, Tim Boyle, our special guest, head coach for the Snohomish Panthers, Kai Smalley, and Kevin Ramsey on to punt as they got an interception. That one's over his head.
He's got to get that out of here.
And he gets it off. It's tipped, it looks like. That'll just go out of bounds. And we saw something earlier this year when Ramsey had to dump it off to Dvorak. But now we've had 2 ill-advised snaps for punters.
The snaps have been a real issue for Glacier Peak this year if there's been one downside to their year. They just haven't been able to solve that. And obviously it's pouring down rain out there. The ball's wet. Doesn't help.
No. But now Ballard, they've got life again inside the 20 at the 19 of Glacier Peak. Tullis at it again. Patton to his right. And he's going to keep it this time up the middle. Nothing doing. Maybe he'll get a couple. Again, he can run, boy. He can do it all. 5 games this year, over 100 yards rushing, Kai Smalley, for their quarterback.
Well, gives you something at the game plan for, especially when you got a running back that can move like that too.
Only 45 on the ground tonight so far. This time Patton gets a block. Now to the outside. And
he's difficult to bring down.
Andrew Big Boy McCoy there.
A better job of pushing it to the sideline, though.
And I think he's hurt.
Woolhoff.
Looked like he got bent backwards on the
and he
play.
looks, and he is down. That's not good for Beaver fans at all.
Not at all.
He is a spectacular, fun athlete to see. You see it again.
That was Patton, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This guy got.
It looked to me like he got bent backwards a little bit, so you'll see it on the replay here.
As he's coming around. Hard to see with the sideline there, Coach.
Up from behind and then pushed back.
We will hear from Ron.
Yeah, let's. Oh, we can't go to Ron right now. Oh,
we can.
Oh, let's go to Ron.
Tell me about static, because I can't.
Okay, let's go down to Ron. What happened? Did you see something there? Our Edmonds Community College sideline reporter, Ron Henthorn.
Yeah, I'm down there on the sideline. Young man's not feeling very good, but he just kind of got caught in the bottom of the pile there. I think he's got a cramp in his leg or something, but I think he's going to be all right. He's up and out. So
thank you, Ron.
Should be a good deal.
All right, thank you, Ron. The Wedge Henthorn, Kai Smalley.
Definitely his left knee, possibly. The way he got bent back. Left ankle, left knee.
Yeah, they're helping him off.
More
Hopefully,
cramp, huh?
hopefully he's okay again.
Yeah, no kidding.
As Ballard fans know, boy, he has just been spectacular.
Don't like to see you have to get carried off with some teammates.
Not at all. 3rd and 3 with 1:09 left. Ballard with 1 timeout left in the half. Glacier Peak still has 2. 19-15 Ballard on top. Trips right. Tullis. Does he hand it off? Yes, he does. That's Sanders. Gets a block on the outside. Sanders. Convoy. Touchdown Ballard.
And that's amazing that he got out. He should have been tackled for about a 5-yard loss. Bounces off 2 or 3 Glacier Peak defenders and ends up getting a touchdown. That's just bad tackling there.
That's our McDaniels Do-It Center touchdown. DeLavante Sanders, 5'6", 156, but he can fly. He didn't have to do that much as far as speed that time.
No, and it's disappointing. Their best running back goes out, and then this guy comes right in, bounces off several Glacier Peak defenders, and ends
He
up
was
scoring.
quick to get to that corner, though.
Yep.
Deneen on for the extra point. Gabriel for the hold. It's up, and it's good. Last one was blocked by Fafita. And, boy, guys, big mistakes have been the key here. The snap over the head to the punter again. Ramsey couldn't get it out. They start at the 19-yard line, and they punch it in.
Yeah, so that really cost him a touchdown right there.
But the punter did a great job of getting that ball off, though, or else that could have ended up the same way that GP got it down here, and a safety and then giving the ball. So,
true.
that was, I mean, again, it comes down to special teams are just crucial.
And you don't talk enough about special teams here usually, but statistically on the ground, Ballard right now 118 yards on the ground, 61 yards, or what's their passing?
Glacier Peak's actually beating them on the ground game, 138 to 118 on yards on the ground. Passing, 61 for Ballard, 49 for Glacier Peak.
Not too much
all
there.
in all, pretty even on the offensive numbers.
42 seconds to go in this first half. It has been just back and forth momentum-wise. What do you tell, if you're Ballard, what do you tell your kids going into halftime, Coach?
If I'm Ballard?
Yep.
No, you just got to keep the momentum on your side, especially since they get the ball coming out in second half. And it's, again, just trying to keep them sticking to the game plan and doing what they need to do. I mean, obviously they do a great job of extending plays and forcing the defense to make some mistakes.
Guffey will pick it up around the 25, and he's met very quickly by
that should be a
boy. That guy
Beavers.
came in really late. I thought I would have saw a flag. It looked like about 3 seconds after the play, the guy dove into the pile.
That's good. Beckett pats him on the helmet there on the hat. 37 seconds here. Do you try and go for it?
I mean, yeah, there's no reason not to. I mean, right now they're going to probably be playing a little bit deeper, give them a little bit space, and probably attacking them underneath and trying to, again, get yourself in a more manageable situation to take that deeper shot.
And Rowe really isn't the type of coach that likes to sit on the ball.
No,
generally.
no.
Aiden Ziomas, the quarterback, been trading with Joel Plank. Depending on the package, he gets the handle. He looks back, flies it over, and he looks like he was going for bunt.
Yeah, he's trying to get something underneath there.
And just kind of got away from, again, that ball hard to probably grab.
Yeah.
Get a good handle on it.
Yeah.
Only cost him 3 seconds, so not too crucial.
2nd and 10 from their 30. Turnover's been big tonight here in the first half. And then also just mistakes as far as the special teams. Ziomas, this time he gets it to Guffey. Guffey gets tripped up. Gets across the 35, and now GP calls a timeout with 25 seconds left.
It looked like Guffey might have tripped over his own player there.
I think so. You'll see it here on the replay. Yeah, if he just kept his feet, he could probably get quite a few more.
Well, and that's good play calls, getting the ball underneath the defense when they're playing deep like that, and because especially with the speed some of these guys have to be able to get them in the open field and just let them go. Obviously not our guys, but I know that's something we like to try and do with Stitch, just get some little screens to him or Johnston or any of those guys and just let them make plays in open field.
Yeah, Glacier Peak's got really 3 players. They got Guffey, between Guffey, Bunt, and Carter. They got 3 really speed demons there that you never know what can happen when they get the ball there.
Well, they got 25 seconds. Ballard started out this game just running right down their throat, passing, running, doing whatever they needed to do, had to do. And then Glacier Peak kind of answered quickly, had the 50-yard run, catch and run by Bunt, and things were kind of swinging back momentum-wise to Glacier Peak. Then you had the safety by Ballard. You thought Glacier Peak was getting. They had an interception. Then all of a sudden Ballard gets the ball at the 19, and here we are, 26-15. Ziomas, they look like they're going to bring the house. Ziomas off the side of his hand, it looks like.
Get the handle on the ball.
And good to see number 72, Brandon Howard, back in. He went down, was injured earlier, so good to see Brandon back in for Glacier Peak.
Is Malachi back in the game, or do we know that yet?
I can't tell quite yet. Got all the guys, Berg and Davis Van Ness up front, but 4th down and 4 here. Their own 36 with 20 seconds, and Rowe's going to blow, his last time out.
Look like they're going for it. They don't have the punter in.
No, they just had him in empty set there to try to. But they're again in this situation. They're going to play guys deep, so it's going to be having to try and find a soft spot in it.
Stay tuned for our Action Jackson halftime show. We'll have all the replay highlights, and then we'll have some good interviews here. Get some people from the Everett Herald. David Kruger, I know, covering this game. Also Steve Willits with the Sound Live Sports Network here.
You guys have some fancy names for all these first downs, touchdowns, halftime stuff. That's
we have
pretty
all of
impressive.
our sponsors.
I know.
That's Todd Elvig, the 5-tool player over there, executive producer, engineer.
The Wedge even has his own sponsor.
Yeah, the Wedge is the real celebrity. If you want to really,
I was actually in Safeway the other day, and they asked me if I knew the Wedge.
Oh, it happens to me all the time.
Couldn't believe
all
it.
the time.
They don't want to know about me.
No, we got to get like headshots or something with his autograph so I can have him on me. Keep him in the car.
So we can prove it.
Just so I can hand out to people. 26-15 Ballard. Glacier Peak going to be down here
field, huh?
right now, yeah. Again, communication key, and there's Elvig coming in, 59. Now they're lining up for a punt. See if we can get and this is dangerous again for Glacier Peak fans as far as Ballard got some kids back there. Nice punt by Ramsey. And Davis there and bounces, and he just will get it. 12 seconds left. The only thing, if you're a Glacier Peak fan, you don't want any time on that clock.
No, you wonder if they're going to take a knee and settle for the 11-point lead, or are they going to run a play or two?
Well, they've got one timeout left in the half.
Yeah, I mean, if it's me, I'd probably take a shot. You know, might as well go in and try and put a nail in there.
I would too.
As long as you have something that you trust doing.
Oh, now Ballard's got a sideline warning.
Boy, I think that's the first time this year we've had 2 sideline warnings.
We did make it through the whole season without one this year, so I know that's more of us just making sure that we don't hurt ourselves.
So you had, as we get ready to go here, head coach, and they will use that last timeout here. It's the playoffs, state playoffs. You don't want to mess around with 12 seconds. Head coach Kai Smalley for Snohomish. Again, great win against Mariner. You kind of got rid of the demons from the previous year. And then you had the joy of heading down to Graham Kapowis, and how good are they?
They're pretty good. They're pretty good. They're fast and they're big, and you know it was tough going into that atmosphere, and you know we felt like we matched up well in a lot of ways, and we just didn't come out and execute. We dropped a lot of balls. And there was no rain as a problem, and that's not characteristic of us at all.
Right.
Our kids are usually pretty sure-handed, especially on those shorter throws. But all in all, defensively, they had some good players back there. There they go.
And he does decide to take a knee, and teams will run off as the clock goes down.
I think the wedge is going to try to get Rowe coming off the field, so we'll see what Rowe has to say here.
Our Action Jackson Plumbing halftime show will start right now, and it starts with head coach for Glacier Peak in his 8th year. Here he is with Ron Henthorn.
Here with Coach Rowe. Coach, you got a ball game going on here. What are you going to do for the catch up in the second half here?
I think we're fine. They came out and jumped on us. I think we woke up a little bit and then we were fine, and we snake bit ourselves there with the bad the bad snap and the punt. But we're okay. Our guys are battling. The adjustments have been good. We just got to wrap up, man. We just got to wrap up. That's it. We've got them tackled. We got to make sure 11 has to the ball. That's all we got to do. We're in good shape.
Well, I think you will be too. You got a little slow start, like you said, but kind of got excited.
A slow start is not good. It's good. A bad start is not good.
I love it, Coach. Good luck in the second half.
Thank you.
You got that, buddy?
Oh, that's an inside joke for a lot of people that didn't catch that.
If you did not have the pleasure, check your Twitter sphere, Facebook, STSPN.com. The Hannon's Huddle that was handled by Ron Henthorn, and Coach Hannon, the defensive coordinator, had the quote of the year, and head coach Roy Rosenbaum was kind of alluding to that.
Roy's still teasing him about it on the air with some subtle hints there.
They will not let that stuff go. It's a tough crowd, isn't it, in the coaching community?
It is, especially Rory. Rory takes cheap shots. He's just kind of lousy like that.
Wow, I like it.
That's a great way to head into our Action Jackson Plumbing halftime show. And for anybody watching out there, welcome. We should have one heck of a second half. We're gonna reset our stream, so don't go away. Coach Smalley, it's been a pleasure. Fun to have you up here. Thank you
very
so
much. Appreciate it.
And good luck with everything for the Panthers. And we'll be back right after this. You're watching high school playoff football on STSPN.
8:30. Oh my God, I might get out of here.
Jeff, how's it going? Is it?
He likes having a good view.
It is nice.
And no one yelling at him.
What's funny is when I evaluate the state, I'm writing on the
I guess no one could hear us, so let's try this again. Action Jackson Plumbing halftime show, 26-15, Ballard Beavers up on top. David Kruger from the Everett Herald with us. David, what's your impressions of the first half?
Glacier Peak came out kind of slow, dug themselves a little bit of a hole there with that early 13-0 deficit. But I was at Lake Stevens last night, and they came back and beat a tough Issaquah team. And so, getting it to within 11 here before halftime, made a good run. They made some adjustments. They were able to kind of slow down the rushing attack of Ballard. That fumble on the kickoff or on the punt really hurt them and allowed them to get a few more points there before the half. Otherwise, it's a 19-15 game and really close battle.
I read your article. Again, nice Tom Trice. He was all about Kinko, right? He's getting over the Kinko hump. This is kind of the Metro hump, if you want to say that, with Eastside Catholic and those guys. But you're in, Wesco. You cover Wesco. It's kind of fun to see where you are, and it's actually, as you brought it up last night, you're right. Lake Stevens was in a similar position.
Yeah, no, it's fun. It's like you look at these close battles like Glacier Peak and Arlington have all season. You're thinking, wow, these teams, are some of the best in the state, and GP's has been in the top 10 for the AP all season long. But yeah, then you get to these Metro teams who an 8-2 Ballard team, who's a pretty tough matchup for them, and they play in a tough conference with you mentioned the Bellevue and Eastside Catholics, and it's fun to see kind of how Wesco stacks up, and it's been mixed results these last couple of weeks in the playoffs, but GP's in it.
All right, David Kruger from the Everett Herald, thank you for stopping by. We're going to go down with defensive coordinator Steve Hannon with Ron the Wedge Henthorn. Ronnie?
All right, Ron down here with Coach Hannon. Coach had to make a couple of adjustments there early in the first half.
Yeah, I know we did. They're really fast, and they're pretty darn good. And a scheme that we had in place wasn't working very well, so we had to change it up, and we made the adjustments that we think is going to work. Now we just have to tackle better, and I think we're going to be all right.
You made a couple of different adjustments at the half.
Yeah, we made a couple of other adjustments depending on what they're doing in some certain formations. We got to take away the quarterback running and the running back running. We told the kids when we started the game, you tackle the quarterback, you tackle the running back, and you're going to be in pretty good shape, and we haven't done a very good job of that yet.
So have you got some sticking for their hands down there?
That might help. We might have to do something like that.
Yeah. Well, good luck in the second half, Coach. I hope your changes work.
Yeah, let's hope it. Thanks, Ron.
All right, thanks, Steve. All right, you heard it from Coach Steve Hannon up there, guys. Let's see what the second half brings us. Back to you, Scott.
Thank you, Ron. Our Action Jackson halftime show travels on. Tim Boyle, what do you think?
Well, I like the fact that he's bringing up the stickum. Brings me back to the old days when they used to use stickum in the NFL.
That's right.
I think it's exactly what I would have asked Coach Hannon. What kind of adjustments is he going to make? Because he did have to make some adjustments. It looked kind of scary there for a couple minutes with the way Ballard was just running the ball right down their throat. And we actually got ourselves a good ball game. Just like you heard Kruger say, it could have been real easily. It could have been 19-15 right now, with the exception of that bad snap. And but I think doesn't Ballard get
Ballard
the ball?
Gets the ball
yeah,
first.
Ballard gets the ball first, so that's a problem. But Glacier Peak's going to need to keep doing what they were doing late in the second half there.
Well, we talked about the weather, and again, you talked to both coaches. Of course, they're going to be cliche. Oh, that's not going to change our game plan. But guess what? The weather was a big factor in that first half.
The weather was huge in the first half. Glacier Peak, fumbled that snap, and that caused a turnover. There was two punts. On those two punts, the ball went over their head. I'm sure that had something to do with a wet ball. You saw Baby Z not be able to pass a couple passes. They just kind of came off of his hand all crooked. You look on the camera right now, you can see how much it's raining.
Yeah, a lot of flood watches here.
Oh, yeah. I think
rivers.
The Snohomish River might flood. It's kind of crazy weather.
Statistically, Tim, we were talking at halftime as you were watching the highlights as we kind of wrap down our Action Jackson Plumbing halftime show. Nothing jumping out at you on the page that much.
No, not really. And what jumps out at me a little bit more is Glacier Peaks actually outrushed them in the first half with 138-118, which I wouldn't have guessed that. But here we go.
And something to watch as you see number 5 back for Ballard. That's Hardiman, Daniel Hardiman. And a big question is that one of the last series, is Patton going to come back? He kind of was limping off field, and so that's a huge question mark for the Beavers.
The way he was taken off the field, I would say no.
Yeah.
But these kids are young. They seem to heal pretty quickly. Nothing would surprise me.
26-15, Ballard won the toss, deferred, so they will take it here right at the 20-yard line. Divine Tullis, the talented quarterback, dual threat. Elijah in motion, gets it over, trying to go to Robinson, almost picked off by Wyatt.
That's almost his that should be his second well, that one hit him in the foot. But
Yeah.
He shouldn't have been, but it's almost his second interception of the night.
And bring up 2nd and 10. Some key penalties also in that first half.
The one penalty cost him a touchdown. They had to bring that back.
Glacier Peak with that flea flicker touchdown. Again, Davis in motion. This time they hand it off to Sanders. Sanders bouncing off tackles, still spinning, still going, gets to the 29.
Yeah, and I'd say that's the story of the first half is the way they've been bouncing off tackles, and you see it here again. He probably eluded about 4 or 5 GP defenders there.
And 3rd and 1. Sanders with a touchdown, that last touchdown to give him the 26-15 lead. Tullis fakes it. Now he takes him himself, bounces off the pile, but they're going to take him down. A big stop for Glacier Peak.
This time they wrap him up good.
And coming out of the pile is number 51, Malachi Fafita.
I think that's fourth. That's going to cause him to punt there. They didn't punt a lot in the first half.
Only a couple times.
See if Glacier Peak can actually get some return yardage here.
Ricky Kranz doing a good job up there. Ayat, Alex, Elvig, Jack Deneen. Again, they had a muff punt for a safety in the first half. This one he handles. He gets it away. Nice looking punt. Guffey gets it at the 38-yard line. He'll call a fair catch right there. And that's where Glacier Peak will start. So losing the coin toss doesn't hurt them there as far as Glacier Peak.
Decent field position, too. You'd take it on the 38 any day of the week. Now they're actually giving it to him at about the 40.
They are.
Generous little ball spot there.
We've seen different quarterbacks for different reasons, and they were running. You had the sophomore Joel Plank, and it looks like Plank is going to start again. You have Dexter Carter and Bunt. Boy, Colton bye-bye Bunt. He's come to play on both sides tonight.
Oh, absolutely. And the way he's been running up the middle is spectacular.
Plank gets it off to 24. Bunt still going! An Umpqua Bank first down into Beaver territory to the 42-yard line. Bye-bye Bunt.
Like I said, the way he's running up the middle is absolutely saving Glacier Peak right now.
And against Arlington, he got player of the game because he dragged a pile 20-plus yards.
Yeah, that was huge.
Welcome in, everybody listening on STSPN, presented by Gilpin Realty. He's got 12 carries. How many yards?
128 yards now on the night.
Big 50-yarder. This one 24, trying to get the edge. Carter with a block. To the 30, cuts it up. Now he gets contact by the Beavers, and he'll down inside the 20. Bunt on fire tonight.
Oh, my goodness. He's having an amazing night. And unfortunately for other Wesco teams, he's going to be back next year. Bunt only a junior.
Great blocking up front. Nice seal on the left side by the offensive line, and then a nice job by Carter to lead the way. 10:04, just start of the third quarter. Plank now to Ian Black, number 34. Breaks upside the 15 down to the 12.
Actually get some good positive yards there. Now Glacier Peak's doing a good job of pushing that pile, which they were struggling with in the first half.
Hey, I wanted to mention that we gave the Player of the Game T-shirt to Schwim.
Oh, nice.
Posthumously? Is that what?
Well, no, because he's not. He's still with us. He just has a bad wing. 2nd and 6 here. And Ian Black on the right side this time, the Ballard Beavers, big front line. Oh, he's still going, but now he's down. There's a helmet off by 51. Big to Ase. And now 51 has to take one play off. But that's awesome about Jackson Swim.
Yeah, he really deserved it. He really played just an incredible game against Arlington.
He really did. We wish him well on his recovery. Heard that's going well. 9-14. 3rd and 4 right now. It's a big play, Tim Boyle. Plank. Get it to 34. He stumbles, bumbles.
He might have it.
And we'll see where
It's going to be close. I think he's got it.
Ron Henthorne, our Edmonds Community College sideline reporter, saying it's an Umpqua first down, but it is.
Yeah, see, that's another play where they pushed the pile a little bit. Looked like he wasn't going to get it, and a lot of second efforts there.
Big, Ian Black. I mean, oh, my goodness. The kid has been unbelievable. The B train, just get aboard.
I got to tell you, I think Ian Black might be the MVP at Glacier Peak.
He could. Plank now, 1st and 10.
Oh.
Switch it up. Now they go on the left side. Carter inside the 5 to the 4 for number 1.
Good job for Dexter to actually get some positive yardage there.
And I tell you, with 16 touchdowns coming to tonight,
he's wanting more.
He knows how to find the old end zone.
Oh, looks like they're backing him up. No, maybe not.
1st and goal from the 7. The first offensive series here for Glacier Peak. Is there some discussion? What's going on, Tim?
Well, the Glacier Peak's way backed up like there's going to be a flag so I'm not exactly sure. I didn't see a flag on the field.
We'll get the call right here from Erickson.
Looks like holding.
Oh, maybe our mic not picking him up here in the second half. We'll check that.
That's going to be costly. That's going to put them back to, they go from what should have been on like the 4-yard line back to the 14.
7, yeah. Hard to choose. Dexter Lookout Carter here, 6 carries, 25 yards. Hasn't seen the touchdown yet. Now he goes deep. Is it caught? Incomplete. Trying to go to Argue. Zach Argue.
Argue was wide open there and just underthrown a little bit.
And Plank, again, if you're just joining us, Joel Plank, number 9, has not taken a snap other than a 2-point conversion all season long.
No, but he's got plenty of experience.
He does. He was a freshman quarterback for the freshman team and
JV quarterback.
JV, Swim and him trading off. He's come in. He's played some actually very good defensive moments here in the latter part of this season. So now 2nd and goal from the 14. Let's see who they hand it off. Bunt gets it up front. He's still on his feet. They're trying to rip the ball out. He's got big. Boy, Colton Bunt.
Colton Bunt does not go down easy.
Unbelievable.
And he's that guy that just seems to, when you think you've got him, kind of like a little bit like Lynch. When you think you got him tackled, he seems to get like an extra 4 yards. It's going to be 3rd and 13.
Talk about a strong 5'9", 175. Colton Bunt.
Doesn't play like he's 175.
No, he doesn't. But he's going up. He's getting wrapped up by kids 260, 300 pounds. Here we go.
And there goes
Bunt trying to find a seam on the 10-5. Can he cut the corner down to the 3?
Ooh, and now it's going to be decision time for the Riverboat Gambler. It's going to be, 4th and 3? 4th and goal on the 3?
Where is Coach Kai Smalley now?
What is he going to do? 4th and goal from the 2.
Now, what do you, Tim? What would you do here? I know the Riverboat Gambler.
I probably run bunt right now.
You got to go for it, though, right? Playoff football.
Yeah,
Jeff Mattson in the. Give it to the Beast. Bye, Beast. Well, here we go. This is huge. From the 2, 4th and goal. They give it to Bunt. Bunt outside. Touchdown, Glacier Peak. Bye, Bunt. His 2nd of the night. Our McDaniels Do-It Center. And the call in the booth.
Well, I got lucky. Well, I sent the call down to Rowe.
Did you?
Yeah. Is that a flag? I hope there's not a flag on the field. They are giving them. Okay.
That is a big touchdown, as you saw again our
Now,
exclusive
is that Bunt's
replay.
third touchdown of the night?
Is that his second or third?
I think it's his third. Yeah, 3 touchdowns.
That
for
is his
Bunt.
third. My apologies. His third touchdown. That's right. He had the 50-yarder.
They are going to probably go for 2 to make. They're probably thinking they want it to be a 3-point game with the 2-point conversion. So right now it's 21-26.
This
Ballard.
is critical.
Now they got to burn a timeout.
I don't like that. This is
Bellevue all over
exactly
again.
deja vu. But we're going to take
Oh.
a Fred's Rivertown Ale House timeout. Do not touch that button dialer browser. 26-21 Beavers. $7:16 in the third quarter. Scott Oshman, Tim Boyle, Ron the Wedge Henthorn down there, the whole STSPN crew. Boy, this is just deja vu. The Bellevue, the 24-6 loss we've been talking about.
Yeah, in that case, they burned a timeout and missed the 2-point conversion, so we're going to hope that doesn't happen here.
Well, and it's also about the momentum in the game at that time and in the stadium.
A 2-point conversion will be very helpful right here with momentum and the score.
Bunt with the 2-yard on 4th and goal. They crowd them on. Now Plank's going to take it himself. Is he going to throw, but can he stay up? Still on his feet. Now he's in trouble trying to make the edge. Not going to get there at all. Great job by the Beaver defense. And once again, it is no good, the 2-point try.
Yeah, unfortunately, they had to burn a timeout too, so probably like to rethink that one.
Well, we've had blocked extra points, extra kicks. We've had muff punts. We've had safeties. This is a very interesting score for a football game, 26-21.
You know, what I don't like to see is chasing an extra point the rest of the game.
Yeah.
If you miss an extra point, I think you got to just kick the extra point the next time. I hate to see teams tend to do that. They just chase that one extra point, and then it ends up costing them 4 or 5 points.
It's like playing behind the sticks.
It is. Whatever that means. That's what it is.
That's our favorite broadcast cliche of the season. You don't want to be behind the sticks.
It's the new buzzword.
It is. It's new football buzzwords. I want to thank our good friends, WescoAthletics.com, Wesco Athletics, or get the Game Day app like Tim and I do. You can check everything there, Wesco, and also Metro, SPSL, not just Wesco, but all kinds of stuff. WescoAthletics.com. If you're not going there, you don't have the Game Day app, do it right now. Scores, rosters, schedules, anything you want, WescoAthletics.com.
I was on that site several times today, actually.
Oh, burn it up. So Kevin Ramsey to kick off, 26-21, 7-16. This is playoff state football here. The winner will play Bellevue. We don't know whether Friday or Saturday next week. A short kick by Ramsey purposely and covered up by the Beavers around the 26-yard line. What do you think of that?
Oh, I think it's great because no run back. Now they're on the 20. I mean, the 26 isn't bad field position for Glacier Peak on defense. So turned out well for them.
The second possession here on offense for Ballard in the second half.
The other thing is when it's cold and wet and raining like that, the ball just does not go as far.
Yeah.
I've tried golfing in this type of weather. My ball, it doesn't go far.
This is Seattle golf weather. So some change. We do not see Patton in the backfield. He got injured in the end of the first half. That's big for Beaver fans. And here you go, number 5. And it's wrapped up. There's Hardiman who's getting the carries now.
Yeah, good job by Glacier Peak to wrap up. And they've been eluding some of those tacklers.
Hardiman usually kind of more gets the pass to him. 12 catches with 49 yards coming into tonight's game. So not a lot of carries for Hardiman. So 2nd and 10. Tullis has to get rid of it down. He's just going to throw it away. And I don't know if that was, he was outside of the.
Yeah, and it looked like, he was definitely outside of the pocket. And good coverage by Glacier Peak, too.
Brings up third and 10.
Nowhere to go with it.
Divine Tullis, outstanding. 6 for 16, 61 yards through the air. But he's got 43 on the ground already. We'll see what he does. Empty set now. Third and 10 on their 26. Tullis going to the air.
Oh,
right off the hands of Robinson.
Right, then that's one of those things. That's what the rain's going to do. Just slips right through his hands. Actually, the throw was right there, too.
So he wasn't looking the ball in there. You can see on the instant replay here.
Did he have Stickum?
I must not have. So the second punt, this beginning of the second half here, and
the punts have been kind of interesting tonight. So
we heard defensive coordinator Coach Steve Hannon talk about some adjustments he was making. I think also number 23 for Ballard out there, Patton not out there, is big. I mean, he's got 22 touchdowns coming in. He's got, as Deneen kind of rugby styles it, Ethan Smith's going to watch it take big Ballard bounce inside the 25 at the 24.
Gets that soccer style roll almost.
But he has Patton had 2 touchdowns tonight. He's just electric on both sides of the ball, and that's where Glacier Peak will take it over here.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, since Patton's gone out of the game, it changes their offense a little bit, and big help for Glacier Peak on the defensive side.
See who is in at quarterback. Again, 26-21, 6:27 left here in the third quarter. Scott Oshman, Tim Boyle. We'll check in with our Edmonds Community College sideline reporter Ron Henthorn here as soon as we can. Plank now gets it to Bunt. Bunt on the right side.
Look at him.
Takes the pile for an Umpqua Bank first down. Colton, the beast. Bye-bye, Bunt.
I don't know if he's like in the weight room on the squats or what, but he just seems to be able to carry people that extra 3 or 4 yards.
And a time to look at the offense as they start moving the ball here for the Glacier Peak Grizzlies, Tim. And you're going to see Ziomas in there, but now you got Plank. Here's the other play from first down on the left side.
And probably gets about 5 yards there, Scott. So Bunt's just absolutely shredding them right now.
Bunt with a huge day.
Bunt's got it. He's up to 179 yards rushing, averaging 10.5 a carry. So they're going to need to figure out an answer for that soon.
2nd and 5 from their own 43. Gets it off to Carter. Near side, inside of Beaver territory. He'll be run out of bounds. They hold off on the hit. And number 7 is...
They got another injured player there. Looks like number 3.
Jesse Elion 7 was chatting with the Glacier Peak sideline, and that's Tullis. Number 3?
Number 3, yeah.
Divine Tullis there. He doesn't
their
usually...
quarterback?
Yeah, it is, and they don't play him on defense very much. I think that's with Patton out.
Boy, I don't think I'd put my quarterback in there.
And let's take another look at it, Tim.
It is number 3.
Oh, let's go back to the offense and finish that. This offense coming tonight over 4,300 total yards. Split it right down. You see Ziomas, Baby Z there, but big offensive line, done a great job. Carter, there's Bunt on the left. Again, they've done a great job. Guffey, Hatch.
Now, Tullis gets up on his own, walking off on his own, which is good.
That is
good. But he is
good.
coming out of the game. Now he's actually running off the field, so
that is a good sign.
Doesn't seem like he's hurt too bad.
Well, I looked because I would look to see if he played both ways, and statistically coming into tonight, it's very rare did he have any defensive looks. Again, we don't watch Ballard, and I might be wrong here, as Bunt gets the ball one more time up to around the 46.
I mean, I think if you got a Division I quarterback in your backfield, I just wouldn't play him much on defense. That's for sure.
Yeah. As Jeff Matson in helping spot, he's also our official in the booth. Years of experience in football refereeing. As it's 2nd and 8 here with 5:07 left in the third. Plank gets it to Bunt again, left side. Gets a seam, And he's tackled down at the 39 by big number 66.
And that was
Trevino.
actually a really good tackle. Not many people have been tackling bunt by themselves tonight, so that was a big tackle there.
Well, if you put 66 in front of 24, you will not see 24.
No. And it looks like he's going to be short by a couple yards.
3rd and 2, the Beaver 40.
Oh, encroachment. That just gave Glacier Peak another first down. So, boy, the penalties have been painful for Ballard.
You'll nope. Neutral zone, but we're not hearing our official.
Encroachment.
For some reason, we're not getting Mr. Erickson there. But nonetheless, an Umpqua Bank first down here. So a big first down here for Glacier Peak, down 26-21 here in the third quarter, 4:21. Plank's going to go to the air. He's got to argue. This time he does bring it in. He bobbles and brings it in, does he?
That's a great play by Argue to actually concentrate and hold on to that ball.
Let's look at it again. We're going to slow it down. Our exclusive STSPN instant replay. Zach bobbled it.
He almost dropped that, but he redeems himself.
That's another Umpqua Bank first down, a 22-yard pass play, and now they fumbled it.
They fumbled it again. Ballard saying they have it.
And so is the official. No, they are.
One official
was he down?
Pointing. One official was pointing that was Ballard's ball. So, boy, they got to. Scott, we've been talking about that. They got to figure that snap out because that's been costly.
It has, and again, the weather. You get the weather, an issue. We talked to Davis Finesse actually the last couple times. They've been doing well. Get it to Black, but Trevino got in there, but he eludes him.
Look at that!
Ian Black to the house. Touchdown, Grizzlies.
Wow, and Glacier Peak able to expose Ballard on this running game.
13 yards for Ian the B-Train, hauling it in for a big touchdown. The first lead tonight for Glacier Peak, 27-26. Our McDaniels do a center touchdown.
And Ian Black has been so huge this year, offensively and defensively, mostly defensively, but just he's one of those guys that's got some amazing football instincts.
Outstanding. Kevin Ramsey on for the hold. Plank with the kick, and Plank with the hold. It's up and it is good. And for the first time tonight, Glacier Peak in this state playoff, they take the lead 28-26. Do not go away. Presented by Gilpin Realty. You're watching STSPN.
Your dreams evolve, and with committed support, they thrive. American Family Insurance.
Scott Oshman, Tim Boyle. Let's go down to our Edmonds Community College sideline reporter, Ron the Wedge Henthorn. Wow, Ron. Can we see him, hear him in the rain?
Ron's got hypothermia. Somebody's got to help the Wedge.
Well, he doesn't. He can't hear us. Poor guy is in the rain. Kick it off. It's taken a running start at the 18, and this is Sanders.
Uh-oh.
No, this is number 5. It's Hardiman, and he gets a nice run back.
He really does. He slipped a couple tacklers and probably gets an extra 15 yards out of that.
Daniel Hardiman taking over for Patton. Now you see Elijah Davis, 21 in the back. First and 10. Now Ballard behind. Tullis seems fine. Gets it to Elijah Davis. Get a hand on him. Now a nice move. Finds a hole. 45-50. And Umpqua Bank first down, and Moore Guffey finally runs him out.
Again, that's another example of they should have had him back behind the line of scrimmage several times. And instead, that's going to cost him, 20 yards of field position there.
Davis, the senior, 5'9", 160. Boy, had a huge game. 10 catches for 150 yards against West Salem. Played from Oregon. Now 1st and 10 right at the mid-stripe.
Oh, they're saying false start, but
no flag. Tullis back to pass. Rolls to the near side. Now he tucks it up, and he'll just run right out of bounds. A gain of 1.
it's a moral victory when you keep Tullis to a gain of 1.
Yeah.
He looks like the type of guy that could easily be playing basketball or baseball or track, and pretty much whatever sport you put him in, he's gonna be the star.
And be the best, absolutely. He hasn't hurt him too much. 43 yards. Tullis back, throws it. It's complete. So Robinson cracked by Bunt.
Boy, and Bunt's letting him know he's here on offense and defense.
Fafita, Malachi, who went down early, and now he's back. He wrapped him up.
I thought Malachi would come back if he had any say-so about it.
You called it, the Swami. Down by 3rd and 5, 5 to go, 26-28. Glacier Peak on top, 2:27 left in the third quarter. Divine Tullis, empty set, gonna go to the air. Waits, now he's gonna run. It's a delayed plant screen. Tullis gets down to the 30, just as we said.
He's got some speed.
He does, 4.4 speed, we're told. Just as we said, he hadn't hurt him on the ground. There was a design draw.
Exactly. He saw some daylight there.
Umpqua Bank first down and more. Tullis now he gets it to Sanders. And Sanders gets a couple. He's wrapped up by Fafita, Argue, and the gang. Last 2 series of the second half, Tim, they were stopped deep in their own territory, 3 and out. Different story this time with $1:52 left in the third.
No sign of Patton coming back in yet. Oh, their ball's loose.
Ball's down. Grabbed by Black.
Ian Black.
Glacier Peak football.
And how many times is Ian Black going to save the day, Scott? And that's why he's first team All-Wesco on defense.
The Glacier Peak coach is talking about one of the most instinctual linebackers and just overall football players they have had in 20-plus years of coaching, Ian the B-Train Black. And you see it right there.
I could see him playing football on Saturdays. Easily.
A huge turnover here with 1:41 left in the third quarter with Ballard driving.
Worthy of note is Bunt sitting on 197 yards rushing right now. Just needs 3 more to break that 200 mark.
Joel Plank gets to Carter. Trying to get the edge to the near side. Cuts up 40. Good pursuit by the Beavers. They're fast as well. But he'll gain 6 or 7, Tim.
Yeah, absolutely. Good job. It's funny that, we talked about it earlier. Carter does really well going around the corner, and Bunt's doing a great job going up the middle. So it's kind of the yin and yang.
They can beat you many different ways. The number 5 team in the AP poll in 3A football. 2nd and 3.
They fumbled
and
the
they
snap
fumbled again, and now Big Trevino has it again. Was he down?
I think they got the ball.
And it's going to be Beaver football. Unbelievable turn of events.
I got to tell you, I don't know why they can't figure that out. I mean, it's just
under center.
Unbelievable.
And
I know the ball's wet and everything, but they just got to get that figured out. Don't go under center. Go from the shotgun. Do whatever you got to do so you're not bobbling that ball at the line of scrimmage.
Turnovers have been they're always costly, but they've almost washed each other out, but they've been huge tonight. Now Beavers in control. From the Glacier Peak 43, Tullis back in business. Steps up, it's caught.
Missed tackle.
And
Several.
there's Robinson. Touchdown, Beavers.
So the bobbled snap cost them 7 points on the first play.
They had the lead 28-26 for a minute. Big recovery as the Beavers were driving down, and then they toss it up, cough it up, and they make them pay from 43 yards out.
In addition to that, a couple missed tackles there by the defense, and costly.
My goodness.
Costly.
Another lead change here. I tell you what. Great, great football game. 47 seconds left in the third quarter. Ballard now 32-28 with Deneen up for the extra point. It's up and it's good. Oh, my.
Some costly mistakes by Glacier Peak. That was costly. The penalty early in the first half, which cost Glacier Peak a touchdown. Lots of costly mistakes.
Don't go away. We'll be right back. STSPN. Ballard takes the lead again, 33-28. McDaniels Do It Center. Check it out. One of our favorite places. Go to McDanielsDoItCenter.com right in downtown Snohomish. They take care of you as you walk in the door, Tim Boyle, and they got everything you need.
Love it. It's not like the warehouse atmosphere.
Oh.
They'll help you. They'll help you find that little widget that you need and you can't find other places.
The second you walk in the door. Easy to park. McDaniels Do It Center. We love it. 47 seconds left in the third quarter. Playoff football. Ballard takes the lead again, 33-28. Scott Oshman, Tim Boyle, Ron Henthorne. And this is an onside. And it's hit by a Glacier Peak Grizzly. This could be Beaver ball.
I think they caught a break and it went out of bounds.
It's Glacier Peak. Brilliant call by Coach Joey Thomas.
They caught a break, and they're going to get good field position out of it because it went forward, so they're going to get it on the positive side of the field there.
And let's try see if we can go down to our Edmonds Community College sideline reporter, Ron the Wedge Henthorne, to see what is going on with the snaps for Glacier Peak.
I was doing some practice taking the snaps under center, so I got him out there right now. Let's see what he might be calling. Looks like he's going to go to the air maybe.
So, thank you, Ron. Boy, at the end of quarters, there's been some interesting plays tonight. As Ziomas is in, gets it to bunt on the left side, steps out of tackles, 30-25. Colton, bye-bye bunt down to the 5. A great saving touchdown by Marcus Rosen. Is he okay?
I don't know. It looked like he might have yanked on his leg. Well, he's up, but he's up slowly. Kind of might have stretched his leg out, and that was a big run by Bunt. That's going to put him over 200 yards on the night.
Maybe he's cramping a 41-yard run, an Umpqua Bank touch first down, and
238 yards for bye-bye Bunt tonight.
Unbelievable.
I just hope he can stay in there because it looks like he's got a tweaked hammy.
It does. You don't, and it's cold out. It's about 45 degrees and pouring rain.
He doesn't want to come out of the game, that's for sure.
Boy, back and forth. This game has been unbelievable. Here we go from the 7-yard line. Fumble again!
You got to be kidding.
And Beavers say they have it.
Was that on the
snap? And they do on the snap.
What in the world are they doing down there? Unbelievable.
And again, Trevino comes up with it. That guy has a nose for the football, is to say the least.
I don't even know what to say at this moment.
That is unbelievable. A 41-yard run and all for naught. Another big turnover. Poor Brendan Berg. Yeah, Brendan Berg and Reynes and Van Ness. They had cleaned it up. It had been an issue. They'd cleaned it up over the last few games, and then it's come to rear its ugly head.
It's just brutal.
Big turnover
and that was costly.
again.
I mean, you're down at the 10-yard line or 7-yard line, and brutal.
And you got to think the weather has something. 1st and 10 now for the Ballard Beavers and Divine Tullis from their own 7-yard line. It's it. Tackled hard. Taken down as
brutalized at the line of scrimmage there.
That's Hardiman. And that's going to be the end of the third. So it comes down to this, Tim Boyle. You win, you play Bellevue. Yep. Otherwise, you're watching.
You're packing it up and going home for the year.
As they switch sides,
And I'll tell you what, they'll be, if they can't figure out the snap thing, they will be packing it up and going. It may already be too late for it.
Which would be a shame. We'll step away for 1 second. 33-28, Ballard on top, heading to the fourth. Hope you're enjoying playoff high school football presented by Gilpin Realty here on the Snohomish Times Sports Network, STSPN.com. For this game and any game, we have over hundreds and hundreds on STSPN.com. You can check out our YouTube channels, STSPN, as all this game and everything else we always do is archived there on demand. Tim Boyle, I tell you what, Fumble Ruski has been just the story of this game.
4 fumbles. That doesn't count the the bad snap on the punt. I think they might have recovered a couple of them too.
Tullis going deep, near side for Beckett.
Oh, and almost, boy, it was almost picked off by Woolhoff.
Interesting choice of play there as Tullis is knocking himself. You see the replay.
Tullis almost just got drilled right before he threw the ball.
Well, 3rd and 13. See if they can, the defense can pick up the offense.
It's going to be tough. They need to keep him down there. It's going to be tough to punt from right there.
Got to get to the 17-yard line. Still pouring. Tullis rolls to the near side. Now he's going to throw it to Beckett. Almost intercepted by Woolhoff.
The second one in a row and Woolhoff had his eyes on the end zone. I saw it right there. I think he got just a little bit too excited. And I said it before, sometimes you want it just a little bit too much.
We were joking about the Lester Hayes stickum.
He needs
But I'll tell you what, on a rainy, cold night, look at that rain pouring down. Great job by our cameraman, Jess, who's braving the elements out there for the interest of STSPN and all the kids.
And this is a difficult spot to punt from. I think you get a little nervous when you're sitting right back at the end of the goal line there.
Ethan Smith back to receive. Deneen, he already had one go over his head tonight. This one to clean. And they go and they hit him, and there's the flag. And it was 4th and 13.
Yeah, and that's brutal.
And that's Ian Black.
That's brutal. That's just another costly penalty by Glacier Peak. And, that's going to be the 15-yard variety.
our in-booth official Jeff Matson here, and that's going to give the Beavers a first down, automatic first down. As you'll hear, Erickson here will give us the call here in a second, our white hat. Unbelievable for Glacier Peak. Why aren't you telling? I mean, I'm sure the kids do not try and go after that punt.
Yeah, you're going to get great field position. What they would have had it inside the 30-yard line here. So, you know.
He was trying to make a play, and we'll see if we hear from our referee or not. But, boy, huge first down penalty again.
Got a personal foul, roughing the kicker against the defense. That's 15 yards from the previous spot, and it results in a first down.
Penalties and turnovers in this 3A playoff.
Mental mistakes today for GP.
So now Tullis and the gang are at the 19. Does he keep it or hand it off? He does. He keeps it, and GP defense, big boy McCoy, Ricky Kranz.
Keeps it and pays the price.
And Davis Van Essen there also for GP with the tackle. We'll give him a loss, Tim.
That 4-yard loss there. Yeah, great push by the defense there.
2nd and 14 without the services of Antoine Patton. And Elijah, ball's down, Glacier Peak has it.
Boy, what a break for GP if they're going to give it to him. Yeah, and the ref there is signaling Glacier Peak ball, so what a break they just caught there.
Devin Wolhoff comes up with it.
And who made the hit that popped that ball out?
And you'll see take another look at it. That's Elijah Davis.
See if we can figure out who made the hit.
Might have been bunt.
Bunt.
Again, a sloppy, cold, wet night here in Snohomish at Veterans Memorial Stadium. Ballard up 33-28. 10:59 left in this game. Now Plank back in at quarterback from the Beaver 13.
There goes bunt.
Bunt,
He's
left
gonna
side,
find it.
corner, touchdown, Colton Bunt.
Wow.
Are you kidding me?
And the Grizzlies strike back, and what a break that was for Glacier Peak, getting that fumble. And that's Colton Bunt's 4th touchdown tonight, ladies and gentlemen.
I tell you what, go to the presses, put the Adrenaline Fundraiser play of the game, put Bunt on the back right now.
That's got to put him at close to 250 yards or puts him over 250.
Bye-bye Bunt as the crowd's starting to get into it here.
Scott,
for Glacier Peak.
251 yards and 4 touchdowns on the night for Colton.
That's redonkulous. That's
crazy.
unbelievable.
And I think they're looking at the 2-point conversion here. Yeah, why be up by? May as well.
Plank in. They've tried this many times. They go over it. The catch, he dives. I don't think he made it.
No, I don't think so.
And Zach Argue there with the reception.
Looks like number 51 was real slow to get up.
He
on
was,
the play.
and if you're Ballard, you talk about chasing. Now just a 1-point lead with 10:53 left as you see the Glacier Peak Grizzly cheerleaders.
Yeah, and Todd just brought up again that you spend the whole game trying to chase that extra point, and how many points does that cost you at the end when you're chasing it the whole time? Probably cost Glacier Peak about 4 or 5 points right now.
There's no doubt.
Chasing that extra point.
We have all kinds of stuff here on a cold Saturday night playoff football on STSPN. It has been an interesting storyline tonight, Tim Boyle. We've had pretty much everything, haven't we?
Fumbles, pooched punts, penalties that are really costly.
Oh, big time.
Great athletic plays on both sides, both Ballard and Glacier Peak. Everything, weather, elements, cold, rain.
I tell you, high school football, just you can't find entertainment quite like this. As Ramsey kicks it off, and this will be taken, but it's dropped.
Fumbled.
Now picked up by Sanders around the 11. And Bach and the boys there to take him down at the 15-yard line, and that's where Ballard will start.
Just getting a text that Falk's out for the Cougs right now, got hurt.
Oh,
it's going to be tough to beat UCLA.
Yeah, that's not good.
He was starting to get some Heisman looks too.
Well, he's still. How is he back for next year? Doesn't he have a lot of?
He's only a sophomore.
Yeah, I was going to say he's got eligibility.
He's got like 7 years left.
I tell you what, Washington State Cougars are playing, and now you hear the crowd starting to get into it here for Glacier Peak, the home team, up by 1. Tullis going to throw again. Now looking over the head of Robinson, and Guffey was within range.
Tullis has been doing a great job running the ball tonight. Passing a little different story. Also, just so we point out, Glacier Peak's at 314 yards rushing tonight as opposed to 139 for Ballard.
Where's my calculator? Bunt has 251 of the 314.
Looking at the stats, you'd be surprised it's such a close game.
You would, but turnovers, fumbles, and crazy stuff. Tullis now, 2nd down. Now scrambling. Now unloads deep. Sam Wyatt can't get it over the head of Beckett. Quite an arm on Tullis, and he got nailed as going down.
It's going to bring up 3rd and 10. So this is a big 3rd and 10 for Ballard right here.
10:33 left in this ball game. First weekend of state playoffs. Who's going to head to the quarterfinals, Tim Boyle?
It may come down to the wire here tonight, Scott.
They had him pinned down at a punt, but they roughed the punter, and they had a 15-yard penalty as Tullis looking,
he's got
standing.
Some time.
Catches Davis over the middle, but he's tackled by the hitman Guffey.
Welcome back to the party, Guffey. Nice play by the hitman.
So now 4th and 10.
Guffey gets to walk back to the see if he can return the punt here.
Deneen will go back to punt. Last time he was in his end zone at the end line, and Black going for a block ran into him, gave him another 1st down.
Yeah, let's not do that here.
Now, you think they fake punt here?
Negative.
Head
Not
coach
on purpose.
Joey Thomas doing an unbelievable job. This time they take the block off. This one gets a Beaver bounce, and
they're going to get it. They're going to get some good field position out of this. What about the 44-yard line?
Well, we'll see if they worked on the snap. Again, they can run the ball.
Boy, I'll tell you what. A couple more good runs by Colton Bunt, and he's going to be looking at 300 yards on the night.
That's sick, yo.
That's ridiculous. It's heinous.
Oh, my goodness. Get out the YouTube highlight reel, baby. 8th-year head coach Rory Rosenbaugh, Glacier Peak. He's been there since the school opened. Joey Thomas is 5th year. Turned that program around. Plank gets it to Bunt on the left side.
There he goes.
Stretches out to the 40.
See you later.
Colton, bye-bye, Bunt.
Bye-bye, Bunt.
5th touchdown of the night. Touchdown, Glacier Peak. Our McDaniels doing center. I don't believe it.
I'm waiting for McLean to update the stats. Come on, McLean. Give me the stat. What is it?
That's a 44-yard
No, I think it's more
run.
than that. I think it's more than that. I think it's 56 yards.
56-yard
Hit
run.
the update.
Come on.
Hit the update. Come on.
Get on my back.
307 yards for Bunt.
I will take
you
to the quarters.
300. Are you kidding me? Is this like Madden 2015?
I'll say it again. I want him on my fantasy. Here's the extra point by Kevin Ramsey.
Oh, we need to go down to Ron. Does Ron realize that Bunt has 307 yards? Get to the wedge.
Down there on the sidelines, you've never seen a half-year kid that came off the field that time than Colton Bunt. He was smiling from one side of the helmet to the other and got a big congratulations from the coach and all the other players. One play all the way, Colton Bunt. How about that, guys? Back to you.
And the only reason somebody was within 15 yards of him is because he had a hurt hamstring on that.
He pulled a hammy on the last one. How long was that run there?
56 yards.
56-yard
Yes.
run. Unbelievable. Boy.
That was funny. I was just saying if a couple more big plays, he's going to be over 300 yards, and he made me look good there.
I tell you, Dexter Carter has been tremendous with a 4-touchdown game. Last week he had 5 touchdowns.
This is one of the better performances I've ever seen from a. I don't know that we've ever had a 300-yard rusher at GP.
Just to put, I don't know, but put in perspective, coming into tonight, Colton Bunt had 300 yards total running coming into tonight.
And now he's got 307 on the night.
Ramsey.
Crazy.
With a bullet, bounces off the Ballard player, number 11, Corbin Gabriel,
41. And he does actually a good job of just diving on it and not trying to get fancy and keep the possession there.
Derek Noves, the 6'1 sophomore, apologize for that. And I tell you what, Colton Bunt, he is trying to get on every highlight reel in the country.
That is unreal. And it's not like, this is the playoffs. It's not like he's doing it against some, ridiculous team. Ballard's a legitimate team here.
Absolutely. 1st and 10 from their own 23. Divine Tullis. He's going to the air again to Robinson. Catches it, jukes a guy, but now all the Grizzlies come. And first there was Ricky the Mini Truck Kranz.
The future wrestler, he's going to be in the wrestling team here real soon.
Oh, yeah, you're getting excited.
Oh, yeah.
I told you
his brother was a wrestler, too.
Yeah, we had great guy Dean Cochran on the official, and he does wrestling. I told you. I said, man, that's intense.
I never wanted to do that.
2nd and 9, Divine Tullis. Plenty of time. They're standing back now.
How much time are they? Oh, and number 25 just knocks that out of the sky.
And that's Zach Argue.
Zach Argue. Got his paw up there.
And you see that on the replay. Great job by Todd Elvig, our executive producer engineer. Unbelievable. And Zach Argue
He's a basketball player too, right? See, he's got a little bit of springs there. And some long arms.
Absolutely. Speaking of basketball, stay tuned to STSPN.com for our basketball broadcast schedule coming up. We're going to be in the gym many times. 3rd and 9, 8:44 left in the game. Tullis wide open. It's caught by Beckett.
Oh.
Loses that tackler. First down, Umpqua Bank. First down. Great throw by Tullis.
And it was great. And he was just got it off in the nick of time. He was getting a lot of pressure. That's why he's going to be playing D1 ball next year for Portland State.
Tremendous. Big first down. Still in this game. 8:35 left. 15-yard pass play. Tullis, now he gets it to Daniel. Daniel on the right side will get a couple taken down by Ayat and the gang.
Ian Black was right there. I got to tell you, Glacier Peaks made some great adjustments. Got to hand it to Steve Hannon. Made some great adjustments in stopping this running game by Ballard.
Hardiman getting the carry there. And Patton had a really good first half. Got injured. We haven't seen him since. Rain still coming down. Now Divine Tullis is taken down by Argue and Ayat.
And that's a rare sack by and Tullis looks like looked like he was kind of limping a little bit, but that's a rare sack. He's not easy to bring down.
No, he's not. And you see the sack there again. That's rare. He does not give up many sacks at all. 7:25, 3rd and 14. Rolls the near side, now cuts it up. He's going to take it. Kranz.
Wow.
And Fafita.
Ricky Kranz. Listed at 100 pounds, but we don't think he's 100 pounds.
No, we know he's 165. 4th and 15 for Ballard with 6:57. Clock is still moving.
Now,
and they'll
Ballard-
send Deneen in. What a crazy
almost
game.
got to be a tough decision whether you're going to, they're down by 2 scores. Well, I guess 1 score theoretically.
They got 3 timeouts left. And see if they fake it. I don't know what they'll do. Deneen's going to punt it.
Kind of a short punt.
And fair catch is called, but it'll bounce around the 37.
Boy, let's see
so
if
Glacier
Bunt goes
Peak-
back in the game here.
I tell you.
Is Bunt going back in?
Did they get him new shoes? The other ones are worn out.
Jeez, yeah, you can only put so many miles on a pair of shoes.
What's the warranty?
I can tell you if shoes last about 400 miles.
Well, he's pushing it then.
Yes. It's a little cross-country stat for you.
So Plank back in, the sophomore. I got to give it to Joel Plank. Again, fumbles aside, snaps, all those things. This kid has not taken a snap all year other than 2-point conversions. Jackson Swim goes down. Then last week you have Devin Rainbow, the senior, goes down. And Ziomas and Plank there.
Well, fortunately for Glacier Peak this year, they have a lot of depth everywhere, including at quarterback. We were talking earlier. Is this the, is this one of the is this the best Glacier Peak team we've had?
That's a
It's
good
very
question.
close.
Good question. In 8 years, they haven't been around long. And Bunt gets it, but this time they smell it out. And again, Big 51, who's had a heck of a game, Shiloh Taase.
He's going to lose a couple.
Yeah.
We don't want him to lose 7 yards, though.
No.
See, he only lost 1 on that play, according to the.
We'll have to talk to Jeff Mattson about spots. Maybe he can educate us about high school football spots. 2nd and 11. It's 5:47 left to go in the ball game. 41-33. Glacier Peak. Plank now fumbled the ball again, but he gets it, and this time he just sits down.
And I'm wondering why they don't just go from the shotgun.
Well, now they have Jake Reynes in for snapping.
They seem to just not be able to get that under center. The problem is when they're under center.
Yeah.
So I'd go shotgun, but
Shotgun causes some other potential issues as well, but I hear you. I hear you. 3rd and 12, 5:09 left. Clock is ticking. All 3 timeouts left for Glacier Peak here. Plank will watch the clock and fakes it. He's going to get crushed by Trevino. Lucky to hold on to that ball, bring up a big 4th down.
that's going to be like 4th and 15 or 4th and 16.
So the back judge, when there's 5 seconds left on the 25-second clock, will put his hand up.
Jeff Mattson, our in-booth official, also helping our statistician Spot, giving us some great insights to the inner workings of the referee team. Tim, what was he talking about there?
Oh, the back. He's saying the back judge will put his hands up when there's 5 seconds left, so the QB knows the delay of game is coming.
So Ballard doing their job. Defensively, they force another punt, and they should have decent field position, and now flag.
Didn't see any movement, but that's.
We've got a dead ball, full start on the offense. That's 5 yards previous spot, still 4th down.
Didn't even see anybody move.
I'll try again. Got a great message in here from Coach Zinal, watching the second half from home due to walking pneumonia. Oh, boy. Nothing will stop her from cheering on GP. Well, we wish you a speedy recovery. That's it's not good.
Who is that?
Coach Zinal. Lisa Zinal, the cheer coach. Big fan of STSPN. Ramsey pushed back now to punt, taking as much time off the clock. And this one's
a very good punt.
High but short, hits the track, and
Not going to go very far. See where they're going to spot that.
Ballard will start on the GP side of the field.
Ooh, boy, going to give him on the 35-yard line.
The 35.
Yeeks.
Wow.
Not maybe.
I didn't see that coming.
Did he even get that back to the line of scrimmage?
It's close. So now the Beavers with 3:40 left, 2 timeouts, down 41-33, Tim. This is
they've got the time.
They are absolutely in this game. Divine Tullis, they've got the weapons. They can score.
They're going to have
quickly.
to get the 2-point conversion to tie.
And Davis in motion. Now he goes out. Tullis back to pass again. Going to him just off the fingertips. Incomplete. And they've gone really to the pass game.
Well, the Glacier Peaks figured out an answer for their running game. It's almost like they're getting a little desperate.
133 on the ground tonight for the Beavers.
364 for Glacier Peak on the ground.
2nd and 10 on the Glacier Peak 35. Going deep for Davis.
Oh, offense.
Incomplete.
That's going to be offensive pass interference. You don't see that a lot in high school football. And it's going to be, looks like Guffey was going to pick that ball off.
He wanted it. He's mad.
I'd be surprised if that's not offensive pass interference.
He's not mad. He's frustrated. And we'll hear our ref Erickson.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Oh, we couldn't hear it.
Pass interference offense.
So we have an official here, Mr. Mattson, who's done this for a long time. But I don't know if you've ever met my friend Tim Boyle, who has a psychic, telepathic. I don't know what's going on. It's his little superpower that he can tell the flag before the flag.
No.
Oh, here we go.
2 years ago, not anymore.
Oh.
We got pass interference against the offense, 15 yards previous spot. Still 2nd down.
There was some jarring going on. I'm not sure what they were jarring back and forth, or if they were just joking around.
Yeah, he probably turned the mic on just a skosh early than he wanted to. 2nd and 25.
Back to the midfield stripe there.
Tullis. A lot of work through the air, going for Beckett. Incomplete. Guffey and Woolhoff on the coverage, and Beckett's down.
Guffey gives him a little hello kiss there right after he drops the ball, and the hitman's hit him so hard he's not getting up.
Well, I hope he's okay.
And he absolutely dehumanized him on that play.
Justin the hitman, Guffey, I tell you, I wouldn't want to be on the other side of that.
Man, that guy.
And
you'll see him just crush him.
Great pass by Tullis again, right there.
Completely legal hit, by the way.
And Beckett there.
I think he just kind of got the wind knocked. It's kind of on his side. Looked like it was on his side.
Yeah,
I think
he's
he got
running
the
off.
wind knocked out
Hopefully
of him.
he's good. 3:25 left in the ball game. Glacier Peak up 41-33. Playoff football presented by Gilpin Realty here on STSPN.com. And coming into tonight, Tim, they're asking Tullis and this Beaver team to do something they really haven't done a lot this year, is pass, pass, pass.
Yep. You are correct. It's taking them out of their game plan a little bit. They got trips right.
Got to get to the 25. Dumps it down with a screen. And there's going to be McCoy called. Sanders with the ball.
For a horse collar there, I think. And
a face mask or a horse collar?
I think it's a horse collar.
Now, is that an automatic first down? 3rd and 25.
It's going to be a 10. Is that a 10-yard penalty, horse collar?
It is face mask. And we'll see if he turns it on. Here we go. Erickson. There he is.
With a face mask against the defense. That's 5 yards from the end of the run. Still 3rd down.
Only 5 yards on that one. Well, they dodged a bullet there, 5 yards, so it's still going to be quite a ways to go.
Well, yeah, 3rd and 19. And
somebody took a timeout, I believe.
Ballard took a timeout, and that's when we can go to our friends downtown Snohomish. It's a Fred's Rivertown Ale House timeout. 3:18, Glacier Peak 41, Ballard Beavers 33. Don't go away, right here on STSPN. Scott Oshman, Tim Boyle, Ron the Wedge, Henthorne, the STSPN crew here. 3 minutes, 18 seconds left in this exciting high school playoff football. 3rd and 19 for Divine Tullis. Back to pass. He goes over. He's got an open receiver. It's caught this time by Beckett, who got knocked down. So glad to see him back. And Guffey goes and makes sure the tackle by Woolhoff, but that's a big gain, Tim.
Yeah, short of the first down, but it gives them a very manageable 4th and 7, and I think that's really all they wanted was a manageable 4th down. Not a lot of plays for 3rd and 19.
Shout out to Marissa Johnson texting me in with some comedy.
Is that Paisley's mom? Or who's
no, Marissa Johnson. It's the other Johnsons. 13-yard pickup on the last play. 4th and 7, has to get it. Overthrown, almost intercepted out of bounds, but incomplete, and they'll turn the ball over to Glacier Peak.
That was probably the game right there. I don't want to jinx it, but that's very close to being the game.
Other than fumbles, which we've had 4.
Yeah, that's true. Glacier Peak can probably run out the clock with a couple first downs. But they got to get the ball into the quarterback's hand.
Well, don't go anywhere. As you see the rain coming down and the Glacier Peak cheerleaders not missing a beat. Great job by Jess on the camera. Stay tuned for our Adrenaline fundraiser, Player of the Game, and what I'm told is it's going to be players maybe of the game. We don't know.
One should be a given. Oh, a nice
Carter
block. Picked up a nice block there by Ian Black.
And there's a late flag as Carter got just about back to the line of scrimmage, maybe a yard. Not sure what that is, the call. Dexter Carter, the outstanding running back, and it's on Glacier Peak. 2:29 left in the game.
See what he has to say here.
We got a block in the back against the offense. That is declined. 2nd down.
Interesting, they decline it.
Yeah. I tell you what, this has been quite a game. Ballard gets the ball. They go down. They just score easy. Made it look easy. Punched him in the mouth.
But weren't they up 3 scores at one point?
They are. It's 26-15. Ballard was up at halftime. And then just everything that could happen happened in the second half. And we're sitting at 41-33. The bunt show started, I think, in the second half.
Exactly.
2nd and 9. Ziomas now back in the game. Gives it to Carter. Carter now good to work. Up the middle.
Another flag.
Yeah, there is another flag.
I thought I saw a flag come through there.
And they give him 5-6 yards in it. Good point by Leslie McLean here. Stopping the clock with these penalties.
I think they're going to decline the hold because they can't afford to get it back to 2nd down again.
We got holding on the offense. That is declined. 3rd down. Timeout Ballard.
Holding.
And now there's a timeout Ballard. And
fortunately for Glacier Peak, Ballard's declining these penalties because Ballard needs to get it to 4th down.
All right, Tim, We're going to step away here real quick. 1:58 left, 41-33 Glacier Peak, STSPN playoff football. Back here at Veterans Memorial Stadium in downtown Snohomish, Washington. What a tremendous high school football game, Tim Boyle.
Oh, it's been a great game. A lot of unexpected things happen.
3rd and 5, Carter.
That's going to
Dexter, look out, Carter! Now he's rolling over people, and he gets an Umpqua Bank first down.
And that's going to seal the deal right there. And it has been a great game full of all kinds of twists and turns. Oh, another flag. Is it going to come back again?
Oh,
my gosh. That's 3 penalties in a row on the Grizzlies.
And if you're
I got to tell you, they got to get that together. They're the only reason they're lucking out is because Ballard has to keep
54.
declining them.
We've got holding on the offense. That's 10 yards from the spot of the foul. Still 3rd down.
This time they have to take the penalty because it would have resulted in a first down.
I tell you, we got it all here. We can hear our white hat Erickson here, but the penalties are just mounting. As the clock just starts now, 1:42 left in this football game. Winner goes on to play Ballard. If Glacier Peak, they're playing Ballard. Bellevue, thank you. If Glacier Peak does win, you will see that broadcast either Friday or Saturday right here on STSPN. Fumble snap, Ziomas just has to get rid of it. Bunt catches it, but he is tackled right away.
Boy, and it's
by
takes
Elian.
him about 6 players to tackle him. Stays on his feet for an extra 5 seconds.
And that will stop the clock. I tell you, the clock management, you had Carter with that big.
Why does that stop the clock?
Well, it was an official timeout, and it is timeout Ballard.
Somebody's hurt? Okay.
No, they that's their final timeout of the half of the game.
Hey, Ballard's actually got a shot at it. There's 1:15.
Yeah.
They're going to get the ball back.
I know.
So we don't want to declare this a victory yet.
No, don't go away. Edmonds Community College, right here. Come on back.
Well, Edmonds Community College offers smaller class sizes and more personal attention from faculty, so you get more focused attention on your learning and your education.
I think I could try a few things out here and realize what courses I'm good at or what I'm not good at and what I should major in.
Penalties, fumbles, oh my, Tim Boyle.
Scary.
And here we go again. If you, Ballard Beavers.
They have a chance here.
9 lives. Ramsey gets a hold of it. This one a much better punt. And there to receive it, there's Davis. Elijah. Fumble! Still on the ground, and Ballard might have come up with it.
Looked like Ballard came up with it from here. Boy.
We'll take another look at it. Boy, that ball pops out.
Now Ballard does. Wait. No, they're saying Glacier Peak's got the ball. I think they're saying GP gets it. That's over. That's going to seal the deal, folks.
Here's Elijah comes out. Now, Glacier Peak had it, hits the turf. Great effort there by the Beaver, Ballard. And looks like Jacob Elvig?
Jacob Elvig?
Big 59.
5-tool junior.
We just call him 6 because he's got 6 tools. He's always got more than Papa. I don't believe it. Another fumble.
He's the crescent wrench. Todd's the Swiss Army knife, and you got the crescent wrench.
You know, it's so funny. It's not funny. Is now they get with 1 minute left. Now Ballard used up their timeout, so we get in kind of that victory formation, and now there's a encroachment. But Tim, we were sitting at our pregame meeting as usual over there in the at Starbucks, and I mean it's just dumping rain, and we're going through the pregame, and we just weather.
Yeah, we
Do you think the weather's going to be an issue? We go down to the field.
The weather's not going to be an issue.
Got a dead ball, encroachment on the defense, 5 yards previous spot, still first down.
It's a great job.
You gotta love the ref mic.
Oh. Nobody
we bring
does
it
that.
all for you. But, yeah, we were talking about the weather. We knew it was going to be a factor. It's funny when you talk to the coach, the weather's not going to make any difference. No, it makes a huge difference.
It has made a tremendous difference. And they do a shotgun, and Aiden Ziomas, the freshman. Can you imagine? He's in 8th grade last year. He comes in. They thought he was good. Okay, well, he'll play JV.
Is
you
he
know what?
14 years old?
I'm not sure. We should talk to his
14,
mother, but
right?
I don't know. But can you imagine? All of a sudden, you're playing varsity football at a prestigious number 5 team in the state, and here you are.
You got a guy that should be in Pop Warner right now.
Exactly, Baby Z.
It's ridiculous.
Putting up legit numbers. 26 seconds. Our adrenaline fundraiser. Player of the game.
And they did go from shotgun, by the way.
I noticed that. They're listening to Tim Boyle.
I call my plays down to row.
And our adrenaline fundraiser player of the game. Stay tuned for our post-game show. Ron the Wedge Henthorn will get Bunt and Black.
Ian Black for defense. Colton Bunt, just to recap, 305 yards and 5 touchdowns. Madden football numbers.
Crazy, crazy. Do not go away. Stay right here for the adrenaline fundraiser, player of the game, and our post game on STSPN. We'll be back with our interviews. The final here, 41-33, and Glacier Peak heads to the quarterfinals in the playoffs in the state championship on the road to Tacoma Dome, and they will take on the Wolverines from Bellevue one more time, Tim Boyle.
And they're going to take them on right here in Veterans Memorial. So they'll have them twice this year at Veterans Memorial Stadium, and I think Glacier Peak's going to be seeking a little bit of revenge. I thought they played Bellevue really well. You know, you've got to remember Bellevue's one of the powerhouses in the nation. Not necessarily this year, but still the second best team in the state. And if they were in 4A, they might be the best team.
We're going to go down to Ron the Wedge Henthorn. He's standing by with our Adrenaline Fundraiser player of the game, Colton Bunt, number 34 and 24. Colton Bunt and Ian Black.
Ron Henthorn down here with Ian Black and
Colton Bunt.
All right, Bunt. Defensive player of the game, Gordon. You did an excellent job out here tonight.
Thank you. It was a great win for us.
So what did Coach Hannon have you guys do to hold up the defense?
Well, at halftime, we saw they were getting us a little bit with some of the things they were doing, so we made a few adjustments, came out in the second half, played hard, and I think we finished the game really well.
Great. So I'm going to give you a shirt, and I'm going to give you a shirt, but I want to talk about your offense here. I think you had like 5 touchdowns, over 300 yards.
Yeah, it was a huge offensive win right there. They came tough in the first half. Second half, we had to make a few adjustments, and we were just pounding it. It was awesome.
How did you get so open on that second half there on all those breaks?
The linemen made huge holes. That we made the adjustments I was talking about, adjustments with the blocking, huge holes, huge props to the line. It wouldn't have happened without them.
That was really great. So let me get these shirts out of my pants here and get them held up here.
Thank you.
Hold it up in front of you so we can get some pictures on the screen here. Offensive player of the game, defensive player of the game, Colton Bunt. Hard back here.
Thank you.
All right.
All right. Thanks. Thank you.
All right. Back to you, Scott.
Thank
Rainy
you.
day down here.
Thank you,
Great
Ron.
game for Glacier Peak.
Go get head coach Rory Rosenbaugh for a few words, hopefully. It's some static there. But, boy, Colton Bunt. Are you kidding me, Tim Bull? 24 carries, 305. That's not his weight.
No, and I actually, all kidding aside, that has to be the best rushing performance ever from a Glacier Peak player. I mean, huge game. I mean, it does it in the playoffs. It's not like he did it against Shorewood or Shorecrest, no offense to them. But, I mean, it's against Ballard, one of the top teams in the playoffs. Unbelievable game, averaging 12.7 yards a carry. But that last 56-yarder, when it put him over 300 yards, that just sealed the deal right there.
A night of rain and cold and fumbles and penalties and back and forth. We had a couple lead changes. Ballard looked like they came in just hot and heavy. They just ran it, threw it, did whatever they want. And I tell you what, congratulations to the Ballard Beavers. They have had a tremendous season. Head coach Joey Thomas, he's got this thing on a roll. They had 23 seniors this year. Tullis is incredible, and a huge miss for the Ballard Beavers. You got to be sad because Patton didn't get to do what he does in the second half.
Yeah.
He's so crucial for them.
Well, that hurt them, and they were up. I think they were up by 19-0 at one point, were they? And it looked like the game was just going sideways for Glacier Peak. And sad, it's kind of sad for Ballard. They probably figured they had it in the bag at that point. So
Yeah. And we're waiting for Ron Henthorn to get our post game. We want to get some words from head coach Rory Rosenbaugh. Heading to the quarterfinals. And Bellevue, we will look to see if we play Friday or Saturday night. Check our Twitter, Facebook, everything, STSPN.com. Look at WescoAthletics.com. As we might have overdone the screen here as we're having maybe some issues. But I don't know. Do you want to stay for Row or what? All right. Tim Boyle, it's always fun. We'll see you hopefully next week.
Absolutely.
And for Ron Henthorn, Jess on doing a great job camera. Big thank you to Johnny Mack on the statistician working the keys over there.
He was burning it up tonight.
And great to have Jeff Matson here spotting for stats and also for our official in the booth. Leslie McClain, always just spinning the dials, running, directing everything. And Todd Helvig, executive producer. That's the final 41-33. Scott Oshman saying so long. We'll see you next week on STSPN.